Yo, what is going on, everybody? Got this cat backsassing me over here. Fight you, boy. But we are about to get started with our top 8 here for week 5. This is going to be a fun one. We've got some minor issues with the bracket. I know Demoralize is on his way home, so we're not going to be able to run the winners matches right away. Bobby, can I have my arm back, please? I need my arm back. Boy. But we are going to be starting off hopefully with the Isaiah and Hella Larry match. That'll be where we start, and then we'll go into the lower bracket, and by the time we're done there, hopefully at that point we'll be able to have Demoralized versus Striker. I know Striker's here ready to go. I saw Isaiah and I heard from Hella Larry, so hoping that those players can just join us here shortly. And then we'll go ahead and get started. I have sent invites and I don't got anybody though, so we'll see if maybe some new ones are what's required, but once we get them in here, we'll get our first match started. And this one's going to be really important for points. As we get into these later weeks, they always obviously get more and more important as points get less and less available, and they just get tighter and tighter as we go through. So going to be interesting to see who ends up kind of making it through. As just a quick glance at the points here while we wait. Let me pull these up. So, like right now, Skill, Dark Elite, and Hella Larry are all in the top 7. They are right now numbers 4, 5, and 6. They're all tied. All 3 of them who are in top 8 right now are all 3 tied at 250 points. Alright, then you also have Striker. He's just outside of the qualifying. He's still in the top 12, but he's just outside with 200 points. And he's guaranteed to take home at least, I think it's 75 points tonight. So he's going to be making some huge bounds. He's going to get past Skinny and Armabot, who are... Actually, maybe not past Arma, but Skinny didn't play last week. Also going to get more points than Koizi. Koizi right now is sitting comfortably in 3rd place. However, they have only played for that 1 week, so they are going to be ending up behind Striker, as well as, you know, Dark Elite, Hella Larry, and Skill. They're all going to be overcoming Koizi and starting to push Koizi down a little further as well. Koizi's 250 points for a win are going to keep them somewhat protected, but just 1 week is honestly just not going to cut it. You do have to show up for more than one, other than the LCQ. If you want to do just 1 week, the LCQ is the way to go for that one. As that will just go ahead and slot you in. But you got to win that one. Whereas any kind of showing on any of the other weeks, I think will be really beneficial to Koizi to get at least the top 8 or even just outside for that 300 points for making 9. Alright, so we're getting some new invites out. That lobby might have had some problems, but no worries. We're still in the early moments here as we get started. So invites have been resent. But that is where we'll start off with, is Isaiah and Hella Larry. And then looking at these other points, you've got Barry Saucy and Demoralize is also on there, and they have 175 points. So just 25 points behind Striker. And like, these points, whoever is coming out on top, we'll see. We'll have the updated points for you guys tomorrow. But it really is going to get really tight between these players. So we do have Hella Larry in here, so just waiting on Isaiah to join us then. And I saw Isaiah in the chat, so I presume Isaiah is ready to go. It is time. They are first on the bracket. There's no surprises here. Ooh, and look at that. Ooh, they are ready.
Kenshi, Melina, Sub-Zero, Kung Lao.
Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and hop right into our action here. Players are ready to go, and we're going to get it. So Isaiah versus Larry, and interestingly enough, Isaiah is not playing as Natara here. That is a huge development, as Isaiah has been essentially running things around these parts with Natara. But now Kenshi making their debut for Isaiah. So if it's not the crazy Bat Lady, it's the top tier blind guy. Interesting decision here, though. I wonder if there is something about the Natara matchup with Melina that just doesn't really go well. I believe they played last week in the grand finals. It was Isaiah versus Larry. I think maybe it was the week before. Not sure, because there was a week where Isaiah sat out in the top 8, so maybe they didn't play. But I mean, either way, this is interesting that they're opting to stay kind of away from that matchup. So far, though, Larry has been doing a really good job of controlling the pace here. We haven't seen Sento make an appearance, which is where things really start to shift over into Kenshi's favor. But it also is kind of, at any point, if Isaiah gets an opening, he's able to get Sento out and then turn that into some massive, massive momentum that can be really hard to escape from. Here's that opening that he's looking for. Sento is going to take to the field. Now, it is important to note that Larry does have access to a breaker here, and some big unfortunate drops from Isaiah. That might be a little bit of that Kenshi unfamiliarity here coming out. You know, not necessarily his main character, so not playing the main, costing him a little here. And now for the corner setups. Gets the launch, looks to try to keep it going, but another unfortunate drop will block the spin, and that is going to be enough to close it out with those meaty double kicks. I think they're plus on block as well, so really tough for people to avoid as mids. Alright, uses the ball roll. I love what Larry just did right there. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure that's how it works, but the prognosis I'm getting there is you do the ball roll on block, Kung Lao will save you. On hit, you pop up into the air and you end up avoiding the teleport. So it's like this safety net feature that you get to apply to that ball roll in the neutral. Really wisely done there by Larry. But Isaiah got Sento out, and now this could be devastating as the corner shenanigans let rip. Spirit there, still continuing the pressure. Nice little poke from Larry. Now, interesting bug. I don't know if Isaiah knows about this. I don't know how useful it truly is, but you saw there that Larry poked Sento to stop him. If you whiff a throw as Kenshi, he immediately comes back. I don't know why that is. I don't know what's up with that. It's a bug of it has to be, but there's a way to get Sento back immediately. I don't know if Isaiah knows it. But Larry able to lock it in, finds the chip out there with the armored hit, I think. Maybe was caught Isaiah wiggling a little bit, but either way, Larry will be claiming our first game. Isaiah coming out strong, though, with this Kenshi pick, which, again, is not his usual pick. So that is a bit of consideration to be had. And you also have to take into account, if anybody that's been watching for the last few weeks, the way that Isaiah has been winning these tournaments has, oddly enough, been by losing in winners semifinals, which is where we are right now. Winners top 8 round 1, he loses, then he shreds the lower bracket and comes back and wins it in the grand finals. That has been kind of Isaiah's main plan, and it's worked out more than it hasn't for him. So that very well could be what's happening here tonight as we make our way through this. Right, beautiful hit him out of the ball roll. I said, look, double knives coming through with the gifted subs. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. We cracked the goal. Hell yeah. I've been somewhat distracted this week trying to get my sleep schedule back on track from my awful time staying up too late and raging at Combat League and to get God.
But generally, we love
and it was on the bad night where I ended up just losing a ton of points, and I played till 6 a.m. So I'm still recovering from that, but I do really appreciate you coming through with the gifted subs. And we got the alerts you guys can hear. Tyler talking about how Reiko's not an air character while he cranks out 45% airborne. Let's go. 44, whatever. Ooh, big jump in from Isaiah. Could use just one more hit maybe with a fatal blow, narrowly avoiding that low hat, although now the ice armor will save him completely from that. But a ball roll chip will do the job. Larry starting to pull away even further. Isaiah still not summoning Natara here to sort of turn the tide back into his favor. Now, I don't know if that's because he doesn't believe in the matchup as much, or if he's just, trying to experiment with something new. I think it is kind of throughout the community understood that Nitara maybe isn't the scariest character out there, but despite her not being scary, I mean, maybe Isaiah's just going top of the tier list, right? Everybody thinks Kenshi's the best. But I will say, Isaiah has made her look terrifying, but that low health, perhaps against a player of Hella Larry's caliber, he doesn't want to put it to the test. This little back and forth going on here. The opening, though, Larry just going to go straight in, uses the amplified teleport to... okay, I have a question. Maybe some of the Melina players can help me out in the chat. So, her amplified teleport, I thought that her amplified teleport is her armored move where she bites you. So does it basically work similar to Shao Kahn's, where she only does, like, the bite part and that canned animation if the armor gets pinged, and then otherwise it's usable as a launcher like that? Surely that was a normal teleport that let you start a combo like that. But the amplified teleport, when I usually see it, has the bite animation associated. So I wonder if it's kind of like Shao Kahn, where hitting the armor, you don't get the launch. And because it was used in a combo like that, that's why it was usable for extra little, damage route instead. But that is going to put Hella Larry up 2-0, and Isaiah sticking to his guns, or his sword, if you will. No switch back to the, the usual Nitara that he has gotten most, if not all, of his points. And right now he has 720 points. Like, he is sitting comfortably at the top, guaranteed another 75 on top of that. So he's going to have almost an 800-point stack to work with here. And second place, 325. That's after this week. So massive lead. The audio is delayed? Alright, I'll fix that. Okay, ball roll into the corner. Nice, uses the air ball roll, and then right into the meaty hat setup here. Isaiah with the throw tech. Fatal Blow is also available. A little avoidance from Hella Larry gets real far. Oh, and that's gonna do it. Nicely done, Hella Larry. Secures the round. Also want to note, almost full meter from Hella Larry as well. Lots to work with here. Isaiah, on the other hand, does not have much resources. He does have that full cameo, but he keeps on getting interrupted out of it right there. Again, that low hat hitting him right out of the armor. Okay, finds the opening. But isn't her armored move yeah, Tele-Amp is the armor. So what is that move that he did to because he just launched with Tele-Amp, I thought. Does it do both? Okay, here we go. Nice little conversion from Hella Larry. Gonna get the teleport to ensure the damage, but he found an opening. That'll get him off of the meter at least, but the job is not done. Teleport, good blocks. Doesn't have Sento available here either. He will spend a bar to get access to the Spirit. Ooh, finds the opening. Fatal Blow comes out. Will it connect? Yes. Now, is the damage gonna be there? This is early in the combo, so the scaling isn't quite heavy. I think there's a real shot that Isaiah's got this one. Oh yeah, you're definitely dead. Nicely done. 486. Up Tele-Amp. There's an up teleport amp? Whoa. Alright, see? Many things to learn. Many things to learn. Alright, overhead connects. Isaiah has the ice armor out. Good blocks. Kenshi is, or sorry, not Kenshi, Kung Lao is there to save her. That's the second time, I believe, that a teleport or ball roll has ended up just totally avoiding the repercussions of a blocked, punishable move. And not only is it avoiding it, but I mean, Isaiah's like hard committing to the punish and ends up getting punished himself. Alright, Sento projectile, 18%. Sento is going to dissipate, however. Isaiah can spend a little bit of meter to get him back, but does need to be careful. Any kind of, like, even, like, if Larry sees that and goes for full screen fireball, or ball roll like that, That could be disastrous. Sento falls asleep on the job, not there to save his master, and that is gonna do it. Hella Larry gonna close it out. I mean, Isaiah took the risk trying to summon the spirit, and in doing so, right in that moment when he went for it, I don't know if it was on reaction or just, you know, happenstance that it happened around the same time, but Hella Larry was there, and that one ball roll was all it took to open it up all the way to close the round and the game and the set out for Hella Larry to take it 3-0. Very nicely done. Oops, I don't know what that thing just did. Alright, so we're going to hop back over to our bracket and pop our scores in here on this. After we pop it into the other one as well. Whoa. Alright. And then our next match, we're going to go to the lower side of the bracket because Demoralize is not here. He's on his way home from work. He hit me up beforehand, so we're going to try to run the other matches in his stead while he kind of tries to get home in time. We will not hold up forever for him. We do have to keep the matches going, but while we've got other matches that we can hopefully run, the idea is that we will run those in the interim to give him a little extra time to make it home. I don't mind trying to make space, but I can't make space for everybody at once. But he did hit me up already, so we'll do what we can. And if multiple people, you know, don't show up, then we can't. Not only do we have to, you know, disqualify the other people, but the people that we're waiting on as well. We gotta do it. Dude, you don't have to have an Xbox, Woolander. We can do it without an Xbox. We got our mystical ways. But yeah, solo mic today. I have been terrible at my sleep schedule, so I have not been able to really ask people. Through Discord screen share. I just screen share the OBS to you, and then you can see what I see. There's like a couple minor things that don't come into play that are kind of nice. So like, for example, for an on-stream match, if you had your own Xbox, I could ask you to keep your King of the Hill overlay up so that you could watch and see if anybody's ping was freaking out. If it's through Discord, I just have to do it. But I mean, there's like, it's like a minor thing. But yeah, definitely we can do that. We'll definitely we'll try to get you on here. We got a couple weeks left. We can try to get you in here. Probably, you know, the LCQ would actually probably be perfect for you because if you don't have an Xbox, you don't have to worry about not being able to participate. So if you want to come do some yippity yap for the LCQ, actually, that'd be great too. Because I know for a lot of the players, that's going to be an opportunity to make it in still. Alright, but Skill and Barry, that's what we're going to try to go with next here. And then Dark Elite and Lord Raiden. I know Lord Raiden's from the EU, so hopefully he's ready for this. He's been around for a while, though, so I think that he'll be good. No guarantees, maybe something came up, but hopefully he'll be available to participate in this properly with us. So let's go ahead and get some invites out to Skill and Barry. Ooh. Easy enough to figure this out. This one at least comes up relatively quick. Oh, no, fuck. Alright, hold on. I think I've ruined it. I think I fucked it up. Gotta cancel it. Fuck. Also, dude, Wooland, or sorry, Mr. Ford, thank you so much for gifting the sub over to Wooland. I really appreciate that. Cranking the weekly goal up past its levels yet again. We've crushed it every week. I really want to say, like, the support from you guys has been insane. Has been absolutely insane. So I really appreciate it. Yes, I'm going to try to go to Frosty this year. I really want to go. I have not done my registration yet, but I'm going to try to do it before, because there's like, just this month is the last month for early, or not early, I missed early already. But I'm going to try to get it done in the interim week. Well, actually, no, that's going to be too, so probably actually, like, really, yeah, I really want to go. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I want to do it. I want to go. I'm probably going to get dunked in pools, but who cares? I think it'll be fun. Alright, so there's one. I don't remember how to spell it. Alright, I think I got it. I think I'll be alright. We're going to try to hold it down for the evening. We'll see. Things might get hectic, but I think I'll be okay. Once I get them all in my recent players, it becomes a lot easier, to be honest. That's the big hill. And this keeps me on my toes, making sure I'm doing everything.
Striker. The Great Call.
Impress me, Sizar.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be a combo breaker as well. Gotta go to both. Alright, so Reptile coming out here from Barry. As expected, that's what we've seen in the past. And with Striker assist too, so no surprises here. Seems like ish jump. Watching the connection there for a second. Alright. Big openings here for Barry in the corner. Gonna get the hard knockdown there, or whatever, that guaranteed to hit. Nicely done. Look at that, 40%. And both of these characters are utilizing cameos that take a little bit of health away. So even though those damage numbers are maybe not the 50% of pre-patch, and honestly Melina is still cranking 50 off the right openers, the Scorpion, against these characters when they've got Goro or Striker or Motaro assist, and Kano as well, you really are able to kind of just kill them with just a couple taps because of the fact that they're already missing some of those chunks. Uh-oh, my internet's freaking out. What is that? Alright. More pressure. Looks like my internet's freaking out a little bit too. I don't know what that's all about. Hopefully that's not a lasting problem, but I did just notice some frame drops, so sorry about that.
Final round.
Not really sure what happened there. Game's running smoothly though, so hopefully it's not affecting the actual matches. Right. Nice opening here for skill. I gotta say, the Tanya damage is quite low compared to most of the characters, at least with Goro, it seems like. She's hitting, you know, mid-30s, low 30s at times. Some of it is also off of the armor, but I think that what really people are getting out of Goro is not necessarily damage. That's not what you want with Goro. What you want from Goro is that raise the roof in the neutral that allows you to be safe, allows you to take risks, and I think that's what the Tanya community had been sort of hanging on to initially, although I have heard that more and more Tanya players are trying to make some shifts to get away from that. So I don't actually know what any of the examples are of the other characters that people have been picking up for Tanya. I'm still seeing Tanya Goro, but you know, I think just kind of like where you saw Reiko Darius is just like a very heavy, okay, these two go together nicely and frequently. As time has progressed, you've seen more players, myself included, kind of gravitating toward other stuff because to some extent also, you know, your opponents are aware of the game plan pretty heavily when everybody that runs into your, that plays your character is doing the same thing. So you do kind of lose some of that ability to throw your opponent off when they've got a lot of the expectations that are kind of prepared, homework-wise at least, before the match has even started. Nice little damage here from Barry. Will drop it in the end, but finds his way out of the corner there with that amplified dash. Guaranteed the side switch. But there's Goro to get those combo extensions going. Another route that's going to barely break 300, though, from Tanya. And you can really see that low damage output, I think, is somewhat of a factor for Tanya. She's got to work a little bit harder than other characters. She's typically got to hit you 3, sometimes 4 times, and that's not even considering a breaker. That might be what Barry needs to kind of stay alive and hang in here, because he's definitely cranking for those higher 40s numbers. Okay. Nice bit of raise the roof here, back to the corner. 200 damage off of that. Nice bait, but there's the armored, or the safety grenades from Stryker. Not able to get a full kill though, but Barry just needs one more tap and he'll find it there in the end. So Barry is going to go ahead and secure game number 2, the Reptile momentum beginning. I think between these two, I would say, which one do I not want to fight? I don't want to fight Reptile. That's the one that I'm a little bit more afraid of. I guess with Tanya, it doesn't feel like she has as much dirt. I think, I'm playing Reiko right now, so I think I consider the zoning aspect of that to some extent, and Tanya does do well with her amplified fireball because it eats projectiles, becomes a mid, so there are some sound properties to that, but Barry hasn't been relying on a kind of zoning war, so I don't think that's going to be a real big factor here with that amplified fireball. So that's not a thing to necessarily worry about, and beyond that, I don't think that Tanya has like any significant mix, right? She doesn't have any overhead starters. She's just got the low turtle shell spin, so you can kind of reliably block low. I guess Reptile does a little bit of that himself. His overhead is unsafe, and when it's launching, you can kind of see it coming, so. But he's got a little bit, it feels like better spacing tools with like back 3 and stuff. I don't know. So far, life bars is about even. Barry starting to take a lead here. I like how he's been using that armor-breaking string, too, knowing that he's playing against a Tanya, and Tanya players in general love to just spend their armor in the neutral because they can launch off of it with Goro. Going for the armor break attempt there, I really like just kind of throwing that out because it will prevent that from happening. It's also safe on block, so it's not like a big risk that he's taking when he's doing it. This confirm into Fatal Blow, though, is not going to connect. Not a confirm, actually. Must have hit that one a little late. Skill with an unfortunate error. Definitely going to cost him here. And this is the lower bracket, so the loser here is going to be going home 7th place. Although that does mean 75 points for you. So nicely done. I think it's 75. Yeah, 9th is 15, so it must be 75 points. 7th, and then I think it's like 100 for 5th. Which I believe is what Stryker is guaranteed, and Demoralize. Alright, nice. Gets in with the death roll. There's that double hitting armor again. Tries to go through with the drill, but no dice. The acid bubble, a little bit too big to get under. More for the punish, but there's that back 3. That back 3 from Reptile. I mean, some players have called it back 3 the character. It is kind of one of his best, if not absolutely his best move, and you're going to see a lot of it. So that extra range on it's a nice little low. Alright, double acid ball. Throwing another acid ball out, just trying to cover that approach. Skill had no meter to kind of get through it either, so. Okay, here's a launch. Here we go. Finds the overhead. Tries to get through. Was that an armor attempt, or maybe trying to go underneath it with the death roll? But either way, this is going to be skills round to win here. Doesn't have Goro to keep it going, but one more hit will do. The death roll will get under. Barry looking to make a comeback. Does get the block on the armor and finds the poke. Goro not there to get the full punish, but Barry's still working on an uphill struggle right now. The grenades are good. Trying to use those plus frames off of 1-1. He's only got 30 seconds left to do this here. And Skill, you saw Skill just kind of hunkering down, not pressing for quite some time there, letting Barry potentially gas himself out. Very careful with the buttons that he did eventually press. And I think that, honestly, that's the way to go. With the level of life lead that you had, just holding the block button is not going to get you into trouble. Trying to poke and find a turn. Uh-oh, you poked when he was +3. Well, now you're getting opened up. He's got Fatal Blow. Game over. So I think it was wise to just kind of hunker down, figure out, all right, when is he going to gas out? He's got that striker assist. He's going to spend it. He's obviously going to do some crazy shit. Let's just let him do all of that, get it out of his system, and then once he's spent some of his resources, then we'll go ahead and finish him off. And that's exactly what Skill did. Game 4 here. MK1's looking alright. Oh, wait, there's a bit of a hiccup. Alright. Ooh, he's gonna get caught by that. Nicely done. Beautiful conversion there. And the grenades will open it up fully here for Barry. Another meaty acid ball with the grenade coverage behind it. And you can see a little bit of the unfamiliarity there. You know, Skill blocks an acid ball on his wake up, and immediately his response is, okay, I got the punish, I blocked it. That is unfortunately not the case when you've got a police escort. He's just hucking those grenades in there, causing problems, and Skill was not ready. Skill seemingly ready for this one. We'll get a clear jump over the death roll, but yet again, the police protection able to ensure that Barry still gets away with this damage. 35% for a whiffed death roll. He whiffed his armored wake up, and he got 35% for it. What? And that is going to tie things up here. Barry answering back. We've got a game 5 here, second game of the night. This is on the lower bracket side of things, though, because we are waiting for Demoralized to come home. So this is a sort of fight to the death, as it were. No second chances left. Now no extra games left. This is it. Final attempt. Alright, here we go. So, Barry locking in. Skill, however, has made a switch. Tanya is going to take to the bench, and it is now Ashra time. Now, I believe in the past, I want to say Skill has been playing Ashra primarily before as well. Not 100% sure, but I think that's the case. I want to say the EU player playing Tanya is total meta, and that is not who this is. So Skill, who is also an EU player, I believe has been running primarily Ashra as well, so Barry has seemingly awoken the final boss here. I'm curious if Skill is just trying to run something different to just get a feel for it, or if he just does not like the Ashra Reptile matchup, but looking to brave it anyway, as this Reptile Striker pairing has been really difficult for Tanya to deal with. But, I mean, damage output is absolutely going to be available here for Skill now. Ashra's damage is no joke. Here, just enough to kill even. That is not actually a big damage one, but it is also striker health, right? So, alright, the grenades actually end up clipping Serena there. Acid bubble point blank. Keeps him safe with the dash afterward. Plus frames, they overhead, continuously connecting here on Barry. Alright, another little throw here. Serena gonna start to steal some of that meter as well. Tried to swing, was too far away. The death roll will not connect. Oh, panicked a little bit there. The grenade's caught, but he swung with a poke that wasn't gonna have the range. And now you can see Skill just kind of hanging back. Gets the stab, and that will do it to close it out. Ooh, and the pumpkin fatality. Getting his $12 worth. It's going to be gone soon. I actually don't know. That's made up. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if it goes away, but who knows. I hope I can kick people's heads off in the pumpkin all the way to July. That'd be tight. I paid fucking $10 for it. I better be able to. Alright, let's head back to our bracket, though. We've got a match to enter a score for. So that was skill... Whoa, I pushed the wrong button. Pushed another wrong button. That was skill versus Barry. So we'll pop the numbers in for that one. A really close match, though, to be honest. Once Ashra took to the stage, I think that range advantage became really problematic. I mean, that is kind of one of her main key strengths, I think, though. That character, her just total ability to swing from deep, deep distances and still be a threat is quite impressive. Alright, so our next match here is then going to be Dark Elite and Lord Raiden. So likely going to be another Ashra match, as Dark Elite has been putting on quite a show with his own Ashra. And Lord Raiden, I don't remember what Lord Raiden's been playing, to be honest. It could be Raiden himself, the Thunder God Supreme, but we are about to find out, I'm sure. Go ahead and get some invites out to them here. Look at that, Rink is online again, so I can invite him. Lord LL here. Bam, invites are out. They will be hopefully joining us shortly. Look at that, Dark Elite has already popped in. They are out for blood. Dark Elite wants those points. Both here? Coming on time. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, Lord Raiden was playing Rain last time. Now I remember. So not quite the Thunder God, but the Thunder God is gone, right? It's just the Thunder Guy. And Rain's got a little bit of that, so he's going to be rocking his Rain here. The interesting thing with his Rain is, at least what we saw yesterday, he was running the Sub-Zero cameo and was very much setup oriented, right? So he wanted to catch his opponent in those sort of Rain loops. Now, what I'm curious about is, since Dark Elite is playing as Ashra, is Dark Elite actually able to just straight up armor out of that setup? I think she can. I don't know how many hits it takes to break it. I believe I've been told it's 3. So she's got 2 hits of armor, and then the 3rd hit is what will break her out of it. And the way that the toilet bowl setup works from Rain, I don't know if that 3rd hit is going to come in time, because he's going to let it rip to get it going as soon as possible, and it's like off of a 41 frame overhead. It's slow. So you could see potentially if Lord Raiden adjusts the route and essentially doesn't commit to the slow overhead, goes for some of his faster double hitting moves to kind of try to trigger that armor break quicker. That could be a way around it to try to bait it, but we'll just have to see how the mind games ends up playing itself out. So far, Dark Elite has been kind of in control here. He's got Lord Raiden locked into this corner, playing at sort of that optimal range here as well, and with the Serena assist, even if he moves back further, any hit with Serena is full combo at any position on the screen because of the range of Ashra. So you really have to be on your toes looking out for it. Alright. Nice little zoning going on here from Lord Raiden, trying to keep Dark Elite away. He stood up into the water there, that laminar flow. Alright. Back and forth here. Life bars fairly even. Serena caught. Oh, then actually maybe got hit by that lightning ball, so the second boomerang didn't come out. Lord Raiden able to interrupt that projectile. That's sort of the problem that Dark Elite may run into here in this, is that his own zoning is not going to be fast enough to contest, and I think Dark Elite recognized that. So Dark Elite kind of took note. He's got a slow fireball. Lord Raiden has better, faster ones, and he just opted to armor through them instead. Because that is kind of the inverse side of that, is that Lord Raiden is using these better and faster projectiles, but they all only hit once, and once is not enough when we're talking about Ashra's armor. Twice is not enough. You're gonna need a lot more than that. So Dark Elite just opting to plow right through it, had the health to afford it, and that means game one's gonna go his way.
Ashra.
Damn, really? 200? That seems crazy. Yeah, your ping is at a normal... Oh, no. Here, I was looking at the wrong one.
Serena.
Although on the character select screen, it is oddly, in my experience at least, looking at the ping, it is worse on the, excuse me, it is worse on the character select screen than it is when you get in the match. See, right now he just went to green in the match. Like, the actual match started, and then Lord Raiden went into green, you know, sub 150. I don't know why. I don't know what that is, but the matches are more stable than the character select screen, I guess. Alright, nice little opening here for Dark Elite. Not opting to try to even bother zoning yet again, just using those full range normals of his, or long range normals. Here's going to be a clean little combo from Lord Raiden. He's going to go into the setup. A nice blocking there from Dark Elite. I believe he did the delay get up to avoid the low, and then just had to stand up for that overhead. Clean throw there from Lord Raiden, though, and he will cleanly avoid the Serena assist with that Sub-Zero armor. Expertly done right there. Dark Elite now in Fatal Blow territory. Wow, you see Lord Raiden hit that down, that poke, like, I don't know, 7 times. Just like, go ahead, come here, I got some water, I'm gonna splash those boots. Flawless block from Dark Elite, trying to hang on to that meter. Nice, he will clip him out of the lightning ball. This could be devastating. Oh no, the drop from Dark Elite! That should be the round here. Yep, he's gonna find the low hit. That was an unfortunate drop from Dark Elite. You could tell he wanted to just go straight into Fatal Blow to ensure the damage and minimal scaling just to get the kill there. Alright, big launch. Ooh, big throw. Oh yeah, it is an overhead. The secret, it sneaks up on you, Striker. The best of us. In front of thousands of people sometimes even. That was such a funny moment when that happened. Oh no! Big drops from both sides. Fortunately, only Sub-Zero gets tagged on that one. But Dark Elite may not even need it here. A little bit of health left. This old man overhead connects. Straight into Fatal Blow. This should convert. I don't believe that he's gonna die here, though. Serena health as well is gonna be a factor. We'll see the Mobius orb gonna come out. Yeah, he's alive because of Serena health explicitly. 21 left. 2 left. Tries to jump it. Lord Raiden was ready. Yeah, you really did. You really did expose it to the world. Like, not only did you learn, we all collectively learned. That's why I know it, too. Alright, so Lord Raiden answering back here in game number 2. See what Dark Elite can do.
Serena.
Oh man, Sweet Chester, there's so many things to learn. The cameo you pick changes your health. So Serena gives you more health, Jax gives you more health. I think there's another one. Or like Kano and Stryker and Goro, they give you less health. So you see at the top of the screen how both of them have 1050 health. It's because of their cameo. Sub-Zero's the other one that gives you more health, by the way, I forgot. It's Jax, Serena, and Sub-Zero. So you get a little extra health because of the cameo you're picking. Most of them leave your health normal, but some of them not the case. Some of them give you more to work with. Some of them give you less. All right, here he's gonna go for the stand or the reset. Oh, he caught him, but he didn't commit. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. Yeah, Jax gives you the best. 100 extra health. Alright, so Lord Raiden keeps it together, secures round number 2. Or round number 1 in game number 3. 2 is not even a number remotely involved. Don't know why that came to mind. Alright, Lightning Ball is up. Keeping Dark Elite out. The Serena assist actually ends up catching on the way back. I believe that was because the Ice Armor had expired, not because it had gotten cleaned out by the number of hits. Dark Elite, good blocks on the overhead, just kind of trying to weather the storm. Finds the hit, will force Lord Raiden off of his meter. An important resource and milestone if Dark Elite's going to make this happen. There's 30% coming through. Finds another hit with the overhead string. Ooh, speaking of overheads, though, Lord Raiden has one of his own. He's going to get the freeze. This will go straight into the setup. However, if Dark Elite armors through one of those, I mean, it's enough to kill right now. Will he even need to? He finds the hit with Serena. Didn't actually get the combo there, but doesn't need it as the chip out will be sufficient. And we've got a final round here in game number 3. Alright. Spike him to the ground. Pull the pole is out. Ooh, that might have been a missed input. Dark Elite not able to get the full conversion either, though. Opportunities slipping away from both characters. Lord Raiden going in with a sneaky throw cancel off that overhead. Alright, now just hunkering back. Find your footing, find your ground. This is that ice armor from Sub-Zero to absorb the counter zoning from Dark Elite. Bam, caught him with the lightning ball as well. Into the toilet bowl, Dark Elite running into some trouble right now. Serena just now coming back online, but as soon as it happens, Lord Raiden had the ice armor. Does not care about the Serena assist whatsoever. Big launcher from Dark Elite. Overhead connects as well. This could be fatal blow route into the kill, perhaps? No, it's the drop! Does that work? I don't even know if that works. I don't actually know if that works. Dark Elite running into some trouble here.
Serena.
The rain proving to be problematic. Haven't really seen the reset itself, or not the reset, but that hard to blockable setup with the low from the toilet bowl pool as well as the overhead string, and it's a double hitting overhead. So it hits overhead twice afterward, and depending on the timing, which honestly it might not be depending on the timing, because you just do the bubble right into it. But it can be tough. Dark Elite will take the first hits here, though, so not establishing an early lead. And he closed this out. Oh, gets clipped out of the sky. Serena is going to get the opening he wants, but wasn't able to follow up completely there. And the overhead from Lord Raiden, that's going to be big. The freeze will whiff. Not quite close enough to punish it fully, though. Alright, the poke from Dark Elite connects. Lord Raiden will spend his meter to get out of this. And now he'll go ahead and activate that ice armor as well. So now the Serena assist, significantly less effective, but Dark Elite successfully times it out. Waited, and then when he threw it on the way out, the ice armor was still there, but on the way back, it had already expired. So Dark Elite, with the impeccable timing there, he will lock it in and secure round 1 here in game number 4. He needs the next 2 in a row, however. Lord Raiden just needs the next 2 rounds, and he'll be sending Dark Elite home early. Armors to get out of the corner. Now he also has him cornered here. Goes for the big overhead, though. Throw will connect. This throw from Sub-Zero with significant damage to 13%. Nice spacing, stays away from the armor, still gets the hit with his own projectile. Okay. The tipper range. No ice armor right now. Oh, he's gonna get the big opening here. Serena combo. Oh, went for a little bit of a cheeky reset there, actually. Another hit, the throw. This could do it with the Serena damage to close it out, and Dark Elite ties it up. Yet another game 5 here. Dark Elite absolutely looking like he was in control on that one. Had to make some adjustments here and there, and definitely you saw some moments of Lord Raiden, you know, shining and looking pretty strong in that game as well. It wasn't all completely one-sided, but once Dark Elite was able to lock him into the corner, really seemed to have most of the control after that point.
Ray, Astra, Sub-Zero, Serena.
Alright, so we are now moving into our final game.
Have you any idea what it's like to fall from grace?
Having never achieved it, no.
Lord Raiden with Rain. He's not going to make any changes as well. It will continue to be Rain Sub-Zero. Dark Elite with a great opening here. Gets the stance switch as well, so he'll be applying that debuff, that purple swirly extra damage. Keeps it going, too, after that. The teleport shenanigans finding some momentum here for Dark Elite. Lord Raiden has 3 of those orbs around him, but unfazed by it. He's just going to go to town here in the corner. The armor will get him out of it. Also going to absorb or utilize one of those charges for some extra damage here for Dark Elite. Dark Elite with the spacing. He'll get Lord Raiden off the meter. Good blocks on the toilet bowl. Dark Elite not getting overzealous, though. You saw that he was on his way in, and then he kind of changed his mind, overcommits. But Lord Raiden didn't know what was going to happen there because it's so ambiguous. When you block that move, it's not necessarily open season on a punish. He can still do the air teleport to get away. He can do air normals on the way down. So it's not like a reliable guaranteed thing, and Lord Raiden just froze up a little bit. Turns out Dark Elite did nothing, and he could have punished him, but it's hard to know. Nice use of that ice armor to absorb the projectiles. Now backdashing away. Tries to get in with the overhead, successfully does so. That's going to be 287 into the meaty fireball and just keeps it going. Lord Raiden tried to poke. Man, I almost had a stroke there. What the fuck was that? Words are hard. That ice armor is working out great here in this matchup. You can tell that Dark Elite likes to just kind of stop people in their tracks with those Serena assists, but yet again, the ice armor out in perfect timing from Lord Raiden to completely shut that down. This is big, and that'll be the breaker. Lord Raiden now out of resources other than Fatal Blow, but I don't know if he's going to get a chance here, and that'll do it. Saw the end coming and decided to bail out before it got too crazy. So Dark Elite takes it 3-2 over Lord Raiden. That's an anticlimactic end, but is what it is. Alright, so now the big question is Demoralize here. Do we have to DQ? That is the big question. I hope that Demoralize is here. He said he was on his way home. It's been an hour that we've been running this. So, and we had 2 game 5s. That's I mean, we can't extend it any further than that, right? 2 game 5s. That's about as much extra time as we can get. So hopefully Demoralize is ready, although I will say, I believe when he's ready, he would probably say something. He's usually pretty vocal, and I haven't heard from him, so I have a feeling that he's not here. Which is unfortunate. But let's pop these scores, and that'll give him some more time to run, right? We can dilly-dally as much as possible. Dark Elite moves on. That is the current state of our bracket here. Oh my goodness, Demoralize, you are barely making it. So you better fire that Xbox up and be ready, because you are genuinely Indiana Jones sliding through the door. Don't forget your fucking hat, though. Grab that shit. This time you get a little bit of a warm-up, though. Even if game one doesn't go perfectly, you'll get a bit of warm-up, and you'll get a little bit of a chill session, because you'll have a breather. The Isaiah Dark Elite match will happen before the skill versus the loser of this next set. So if it does go sideways, you'll have a breather. And if you get to winners finals, you'll have an even bigger breather. But if Striker has anything to say about it, your breather will be short. This will be interesting, though. These two players have met before, and I want to say Demoralize came out the last time that they fought. It was Demoralize that won. Since then, though, I mean, here's the thing about Striker to some extent. Constantly learning, constantly evolving. Striker has... Since then, surely even if he hadn't been, like, learning different characters and stuff, he surely would have gone and figured out how to deal with some of this Geras stuff, for sure. And beyond the fact that he would have been looking for answers and ways to deal with that, and, like, trying to, you know, make sure he's got the right approach to dealing with that in the future, he's now since picked up multiple different characters to sort of see which ways that he can bring his own new threats to bear. And Demoralize is going to have to quickly adapt to those. So, going to be very interesting to see who ends up taking this one. This is going to be an exciting set. Glad that both of these players were able to make it, and they have both made it into the lobby. So, let's go ahead and get this action started. Also, while we got some people here, I have been coming up with a, just trying to think about some different ways to, you know, enjoy and play this game. And I've got, like, a team format that I've come up with that has, like, a ban phase and picking phases and whatever, kind of similar to a MOBA. But I have to test it. I don't know how it works, so I gotta get some players to volunteer to just run some, sessions of that and see how that plays out, see what kind of changes we need to make, etc. But if anybody is interested in that, what I'll probably do is make a thread in the Discord, and then players can let me know that they'd be interested in running something like that, and then we'll kind of just see what like a mock match looks like. Maybe we'll just do an easy 3v3 one, and then we'll get like a bigger multiple teams together and see how that runs. Because I think that could be fun to see if we can find some other interesting formats. I think also the fact that this game does have multiple characters to choose from, both your main and your cameo, does kind of lend a little bit more value to potentially doing something where you would have a like a pick phase and a ban phase, and in a team environment maybe, okay, this guy's, you know, Geras is good, so we're gonna make sure they can't have that, but then that means that, okay, Geras can't come through, well now the other player's Kung Lao and the other player's, you know, Natara gets in, or however it goes. So I think that could be interesting, and it'll also put value on players that can play multiple characters, much like Striker, who just unfortunately had a big drop right there. And look, we've seen the damage from Li Mei. I am not lying to you when I tell you that Striker was going to kill him. Geras has less health to start with, just in general. Geras and Natara, both the two characters that start with less health off the rip. And Li Mei does tons of damage. Striker has found a new, very scary weapon to bring to bear here, and able to get the block on the snap there. Demoralized, making a little bit of a desperation play, just wanted to kind of catch him and kill him, which he would have been able to do if he got hit there. But Striker was ready, and the punish will finish the job. Nice little throw here from Demoralized, goes in with the meaty setup. Alright, Finds the opening, doesn't confirm into that though, and doesn't spend the meter on the launch there either, so Striker not able to get quite as big a damage as he was looking for here. Command grab connects from Demoralize. Big anti-air though. That will force him off of the meter, and again, I think Striker could have potentially killed there. The possibility for pretty much any stray hit from... Whoa! He does that? I mean, that's unfortunate it doesn't go far enough, but that is interesting that Gearus kind of, like, avoids projectiles like that. Very interesting.
Li Mei wins. Li Mei, Gearus.
Right, here we go. Game number 2. Pick the Halloween stage. Come on. I want more purple in my life.
We are both first constables.
I'm just kidding. I don't actually care. You can pick whatever stage you want, but if you don't have one that you want, know that I would like the Halloween stage. You know they're going to take that away from us. There's no way that stays forever. The Halloween Fatality, because I paid for it, it better not go away. I'll be pissed. But, the stage, on the other hand, we didn't pay for it, so they're gonna be like, well, you guys can wait till next year. Alright, little sand poke here. Striker has a huge life lead right now. He's gonna tack on an extra 12% with that throw. More lies. Swinging with the chest. Finds the opening here. And he's gonna have full cameo here, so this is gonna be big damage. Ooh, the unfortunate drop, though, from Demoralize. Opts to not finish the string either. Fatal blow available. Dude, look at that reversal punish. He did the reversal punish. You have to be so careful against Li Mei. She's got one of the fastest special moves in the game. It's a 7-frame special. And the way that reversals work is, so typically if you do a normal, so everybody's got a 7-frame poke, and most characters have a 7-frame jab. But typically, in order to do your jab as a punish, there's 1 frame that you have to spend unblocking. So you can't do it right away. But a reversal, which is what you can do with special moves, it ignores that frame. It does it immediately. So access to a 7-frame reversal, which is a Li Mei exclusive, I believe. There may be one other one in the game, but Li Mei is the only one that I think that lets you do these kind of crazy punishes. Is really powerful. I think there's the Johnny Cage parry is obviously faster too. That thing's like frame 1 or whatever, some nonsense. But big damage. As I'm talking about big damage though, Demoralize cranking out a 496, so almost half of that health bar just eliminated. Oh, big whiff here, and Striker's gonna turn it into damage. Scorpion comes out, the Lantern connects as well. 45% for a bar and a cameo. That is low on the resource scale. He almost has Scorpion back. Scorpion is ready to go again. And he might even be able to kill off this. No, it's a big drop here from Striker. And now Demoralize has a chance, and he drops it himself as well. Some charity drops going on here. All right, low hat. Narrowly avoided, and he tried to snap the time, which, to be honest, if he would have caught him, I think he might have been able to kill him there. The fatal blow, I don't believe, was used in that first round, so there was a real opportunity for Demoralize to maybe snag that one, but unfortunately, he will end up getting caught by that fireball instead, and that is going to be Striker with a 2-0 lead here then in this week's top 8. So the other interesting thing to note here, if Striker wins this and moves on to Winners Finals, he will find himself up against Halilari, and it will not be the first time. He had fought Halilari, I believe, in the previous top 8. I want to say it was in, like, maybe it was in Winners Finals as well there, actually. So it definitely is going to be a opportunity at Redemption to see if he can try to figure out things that had given him a hard time prior. But of course, also an opportunity for Halilari to put his stamp and let everybody know, no, I am the better one here, and you're gonna have to take more than just a week's worth of time figuring it out if you're gonna come back and win. So big opportunities here, because Hellary is already sitting on a real solid position in having won their opening debut week in the Nightmare series, and then making top 8 again here is massive. And if they can do back-to-back multiple finishes, that's huge. Oh, yes, speaking of Omni-Man, Omni-Man is not going to be allowed for the first week. He basically comes out the day of the tournament, right? He comes out on the 9th, which is for early access, which is the Thursday that the tournament starts. So for that first week, he is not going to be allowed in both pools and top 8. We'll have to see how he feels for, well, Tremor isn't out yet. Tremor doesn't come out till like the 20th. So the idea is going to be, at bare minimum, characters are going to probably wait a week before they're available. I think a week is a healthy amount of time to see if there's anything weird that I need to be looking out for, as like, hey, you can't do that, that's not allowed, that's broken or bugged or whatever. Or maybe the character just needs to be banned because something's crazy with it. But I think at bare minimum, the character is currently only available on the 9th for early access, and early access is not everybody, and that's not fair. Players won't even be able to lab the bullshit you're doing to them for those first 4 days. So I think because of that, you're gonna have to at least ban him for the week until he becomes publicly available for everyone, and not just the people that bought the combat pack and everything. And then we'll kind of go from there. And also, just, you know, traditionally, DLC characters are not allowed right away in competitive play anyway. You know, it's not like I'm the weirdo for saying no to Omni-Man day 1. Okay, this is a panic fatal blow, but it's not going to get close enough! And that's going to do it. Striker now set point. Now I have to wait till day 7, where people have had a little bit of time to figure it out. Yeah, Trevor comes out on the 20th. I don't actually know if that's a Thursday or not. I don't remember if it is a Thursday. I guess remember is the wrong word. I never looked to find out, and I'm not doing the math in my head real quick. So there's a possibility that Tremor comes out like on a different day, but I think we're going to maintain the same stance. So we're going to give it let's take a week, see how it is, make sure there's nothing weird going on, and also make sure that people that don't have early access can still get the character. So give it a week. Ooh, got a little too hasty trying to punish, but got a little too hasty trying to combo as well. Demoralized now, 1 hit away. The body splash won't connect, but the poke on the way after will do it. So Demoralized will find a game, but I think the big thing to note here for Striker is that he had that chance, and it just barely slipped through his fingers, right? That was a dropped combo that allowed Demoralized to survive. And big ups to Demoralized recognizing, hey man, second chance, not gonna waste it. I need to kill you now, because second chances don't come often. But you also have to acknowledge that he had my number there for a moment, and I got to be careful and tighten some things up here a little bit. So we'll see what the adjustments are from Demoralize, which as I look at his name now, I am recognizing that I have spelled it wrong. Please don't judge me. In fact, I probably could have gotten away without anybody knowing anything if I just changed it quietly and not said it. But I'm going to narrate all the dumb things inside of my brain right now, because that's what solo commentary ends up being. Demorzalai. It's actually Demorazli, but whatever. Right. Oh, he's gonna get out of this. So, Striker was on the ground. Why did he get hit away from him? What the fuck are the rules for that thing? I don't understand what the rules are. Again, he was in the middle of a grounded animation. Is it because it's like a... I don't know how it works. And that time he sniped him out of the thing. Dude, what are these rules? Uh-oh, cornered himself. Gets the round. Set point now available for Striker. But he did corner himself, so somewhat of a deadly position to be in here. Gears will find the low. The command grab is going to send him out of the corner, but typically, Demoralize has been willing to spend Cameo to get out of the corner afterward, right? He throws you out and then he teleports with Kung Lao to still be cornering you, but never mind. Uh-oh, that's going to be a punish. Point Blank Sandstorm, problematic here for Demoralize. Is going to cost him 3 bars. Has to empty the bank to stay alive. And now it's time to go to town here in the corner. Didn't have the extra Scorpion cameo to do the job. Will throw him out of the corner here, but one more tap will do it. And that is going to be it. Striker advances 3-1 over Demoralize.
Li Mei wins.
Oh, dude, I love it when I get the timing right. Alright, what am I doing? I'm putting scores in. This is winners round 1. And I assure you there's probably a better way for me to do this, but I don't know what that is. So, if only you knew how dumb my current way of managing this scoreboard was. There's got to be a way that I can have these import from some big text file or some Excel spreadsheet that I can just like have open and type this stuff in instead of having to do that. I'm going to learn how to do that. Not today, obviously, but I'm just recognizing how incredibly primitive and simplistic my method is, and that cannot be the only way to do this. There's no fucking way. Alright, so that is where our bracket presently stands here, with Striker now waiting in winners finals. And I gotta say, as just another note, and keep in mind, some of these players were not here though, seeding matters and is important and is valuable. The players right now in the top 6 are seeds 1, 3, 4, 5, and 7. So Demoralize is kind of the oddball out. But for the most part, like, this seeding is on point. And some of it is because people didn't show up or whatever. Some of the higher seeded players that had a lot of points didn't bother to show up, which happens. I don't mind. It's okay. It happens. But like, it just goes to show how genuinely seeding matters. And it's not like a weird thing of like, oh, they only got here because they're seeded high. No, that's not it at all. That's not it at all. Like, the seeding is valuable, and it enables you to get really good matchups and enables you to get as many of the good players into the top upper positions as possible, because you don't want them fighting each other round 1. You are currently 3rd place, Koizi, but after this week, so right now, first place before this week is Isaiah with 720 points, and then Hunter with 325 points. And then the next 4 names all have 250 points, which includes you, Koizi. However, you and Hello Larry both have 250 points from winning. So in the event of a tiebreaker, you guys have the higher placements, so you guys would win that. But then you also have to consider, if it was a tie between both of you two, you guys both have first place placements. So you guys would have to tiebreaker in that. Now that's going into this week. After this week, Skill, Dark Elite, Hello Larry, which are the 3 people that had 250 points with you, they all made top 8. So they are going to be pulling in front of you. 7 people qualify, Isaiah. So essentially, Koizi, you have to play at least one more week. And probably make top 8. You don't have to win. Winning another week will probably guarantee you that you're in. But at bare minimum, you are going to need to likely show up at least one more time and hopefully make top 8. Top 8, I mean, obviously, the further you get in there, the better are the chances. But how it's looking right now, the one victory and no other points, I don't think is going to cut it. But you still got 2 more weeks for points. And right now with Striker in winners final, so Striker had 200 points, so he's going to be guaranteeing himself a big chunk as well. He's going to be rocketing up. Demoralize also was at 200, or was at 175 points. So there's a lot of points going out here to some of our higher point earners. Well, let's go ahead and start up our losers quarterfinals matches. So we're going to begin with Isaiah versus Dark Elite. And this is going to be a very, very interesting match. So, actually, let me check real quick. I am pretty sure... No, okay, math is hard. Yeah, 4 weeks. All right. Yeah, this is going to be Dark Elite and Isaiah. So reigning points champion, or points winner right now, versus Dark Elite, who has not played as many weeks, which is a big part of why he doesn't have as many points. But looking to stack him high. I think he's only got 2 weeks in. So far, though, the only safe person on the points leaderboard is Isaiah. Everybody else is at risk of not making it, I think. Isaiah's been the only one to maintain that deep, deep finish for a while now. Alright, so what did I say it was? It was going to be Dark Elite and Isaiah. I've made my mind up. The invites are out. That's what we're doing. Names in here. Look at that. They're both here. You guys can go ahead and start the match whenever you're ready. I am ready. So the other interesting thing to note here real quick is that Isaiah had not been playing as Nitara, which is the character that got him those 700 points. And that streak is going to continue here in the lower bracket, as he will once again be calling upon Kenshi in our top 8. So an interesting shift here from Isaiah. Perhaps no longer satisfied with playing a character that just doesn't have the health to hang in there, and wants to instead see what he can make happen with a top-tier menace like Kenshi. Alright, Ice Armor is up, gets the overhead stab with that sword, which we saw that string, it's got multiple places where you can put the sword on the way down, and you gotta be careful, sometimes you can actually end up whiffing. What was that? Beautiful punish here from Isaiah, able to track down and catch that armored escape from Dark Elite. Here almost gets the finish. We'll find it afterward, and Isaiah on the board first as Dark Elite starts to run into a bit of trouble here. That was a really interesting approach to dealing with the armor. He had Sento swing on the armor, and then he kind of hovered at the right range for the punish. Yet again, the punish will come out. Dark Elite perhaps getting a little bit too frantic with his attempts to get out, and Isaiah catching on. Uh-oh, this is going to be a big projectile hit here. 18% Sento right there in your face. Gets summoned back home. Interesting. So does that move not cost meter when he's doing that? That's just the move to bring him back to you. It's the amplified one that costs meter to restart his timer, I guess. Okay, overhead connect. Little throw here from Dark Elite as well. Fatal blow on deck. One more hit could absolutely do it. Swinging with a lot of those pokes to stay underneath this Serena assist. That's the hit. Oh no, doesn't have it afterward. Didn't spend the meter on that one. Of course, with the Serena assist, not able to really use any sort of ambush to convert there. Nicely done, though. Gonna get the Serena assist in the neutral to connect. And that will be a tied up set of rounds here. Big kicks coming through. Dude, I love the Sub-Zero throw. 13%. Ooh. And I use him with Reiko a little bit when I run into somebody that wants to try to outzone me. Doesn't work very well when you've got Sub-Zero helping out, though. And then I get that big 13% throw, and Reiko gets to be a bully up close, so throws are gonna happen. Look at this damage. Again, baiting out that armor here, but Isaiah not able to get the punish this time. Dark Elite wisely going a little bit further away, so trying to get as much distance as he could between him and the blind swordsman. Oh, He actually went through the projectile there. That was so smart. What a play from Isaiah. I believe that he maybe even did that like on reaction to it in the little gap that appears when during the startup of the fireball. He called the ambush assist in, which is the armor, and then he didn't even have to worry about it. That was really, really well done. And something to keep in mind for all players, if you're up against an Astra player, if they are kind of oppressively doing their long-range normals into their plus-on-block fireball, if you've got Sub-Zero assist, which if you don't have him, you can get him in the next game, typically, so don't be afraid to pick him. That might be your way out. At least out of that particular scenario, and then you can kind of get your opponent off balance. Right now he's got to find another way to get some stuff done because the cameo you've selected actually has a means of interacting properly with this really oppressive setup she's got. Alright, overhead's coming down. Ducking underneath those, gonna conserve the armor hits. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be a nice opening. So go straight into Sento summoning here. Not a comboed version, but still going to have Sento there for the harassment. The harassment. Which one should I say? I feel like harassment would be more triggering for me to just pronounce it like that for literally no reason. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, starting to back away. Isaiah does have a significant life lead here. Ooh, oh no, he didn't commit, so still going to be working with this life lead, although one more hit into Fatal Blow could be disastrous. No, not going to be there for the armor. It's caught by those projectiles. Dark Elite definitely working his way back into this one. He's going to take the life lead here, and there's only 10 seconds left to make anything happen. Oh, just back and forth here. That's punishable? Yes, indeed it is. Dark Elite will close it out with only 4 seconds left on the clock. I mean, it got real dicey there. You could see the scrambles starting to happen. Okay, was that a flash parry attempt from Dark Elite? Because that's the thing, I've seen a clip of it happening like in-game, not just a training mode thing. She has seemingly a flash parry, so... Alright, goes for the big lunge. Also, don't be fooled, that big lunge from Sento is not an overhead. It looks like an overhead. I'm sure at one point in development it probably was some unfair overhead, but it is not actually an overhead. You can safely block that crouching. But the other interesting thing about it is the range that it has. Oh, Isaiah doing the cheater stuff! Somebody fucking told him. Who told him? Has he been watching the stream? Somebody told him if he whiffs throw, he gets Sento back, and he hasn't been doing it until just now. But he did the cheater stuff and immediately started swinging with it. Which I think is such a wild trait, which cannot be on purpose. That's got to be something that they just like accidentally left in. But the ability to turn Sento back on just by whiffing a throw is wild. That is so crazy. And it really feels like somewhat abusable even. Like, who cares that he got turned off? I'm just gonna whiff a throw and he's gonna cover me anyway. Alright, Sento now point blank in the face of Dark Elite. The jump, now you're sandwiched. Okay, gets out of the sandwich at least. Nicely done. Throw here from Dark Elite, gonna maintain this corner positioning. Dude, they're gonna fucking slow that move down. They're gonna make it 9-frame startup. You're gonna ruin it. Damn, see, this is what I'm talking about. Striker's got spreadsheets. You are not prepared for somebody that's got spreadsheets. I'm sorry. Like, there are documents. There are documents that Striker will pull up when he's fighting you. And he will do a quick reference. Who are you playing? Let me just scroll down here to Smoke. And, what was that, back two? Yeah, go fuck yourself. That's reversal punishable. You're gonna die. Like, what? That's so crazy. I love it. I love it. That's the dedication, though. Look, I'll be honest. I've written some things down in a notepad. I haven't done anything like that, but mostly because I don't have a free version of Excel. But I've definitely written some things down. It's like, hey, I need to keep track of this. This is important. This is a thing that my character can do.
The gateway.
I need to have evidence of this, an archive of this, so that if my brain ever forgets the paper universe or the physical realms, I can fall back upon it and see what's going on. Hey, what's going on, Plague? Hope you're doing well. Alright, Isaiah up 2-0. Is that correct? I'm not making that up yet. Up 2-0. Something like that, though, like what your 7-frame Punisher can do actually. I mean, the spreadsheet is helpful for like keeping an initial list, but eventually it's something that your brain just has innately. Like, you know all the things. You don't have to constantly reference back to the sheet. But early on, it's a good way of getting it down and learning it. So you compile into a list all of the stuff that it can do. And then as you start to interact, and every now and then you'll look back on the list, you'll find yourself looking back on the list less and less as you just kind of remember, oh yeah, there's another move that I can do 50% reversal on. Insane. Alright, here we go. Dark Elite with the Dark Stance. Gonna go ahead and secure round number 1 here. Serena will come out to start round 2 and get Isaiah off that meter he was storing. Block on the overhead. Can you up-block that? That one looks like potentially not. Drop. Block on the Karma. This Relentless, though, Isaiah just keeping on bringing Sento down from above. Gets the jump in. No hit there, though. But was able to successfully make the move in. You do see that swirling purple going on. Overhead connects. Nicely done. He will get the extra damage as well from the swirl. Pressure coming out. Sweep is good. Keeps swinging. Ooh, finds the opening. That's the thing. That's that lunging range of that. Sento is deceptively close to you, even when it looks like he's not. All of a sudden, he's jumping in, and it's a sword. Sword's got more range than fucking whatever. Hands, obviously. So you're definitely going to be able to kind of catch people off guard. Oh yes, this is an all Xbox event, so everybody here is on Xbox.
Don't be a coward.
All right, Isaiah, set point available. But I believe Striker's on all 3 of the consoles, to be honest, or the versions. He's got PlayStation as well as PC. So if you're looking for the smoke, Striker can deliver, unless you're a Switch player. Or a Wi-Fi player, to be quite honest. I'm not volunteering for Wi-Fi matches if I don't have to. Okay, Isaiah will spend the meter. To get out of it, the ice armor. Sento doesn't get any of that, though, so he is going to fall asleep here briefly. Sento taking a little nap, gets knocked back down again. Sento, wake up. I need you. Sento, I need you. Okay, Sento is about to dissipate. Sento is gone. No meter to resummon him either. But, oh, is this going to work? Dude, what a fucking play from Isaiah. I believe that there's a possibility that Dark Elite lives. The minigame here is going to be a factor. But, wow. That was a smart play. While the Serena glaives are coming back, just to get the hit, get the startup, no worries. Flawless block to stay in there. Starting to get chipped out. They're coming back, though! Dark Elite clutches it out, but just barely. We got ourselves a set. That was a really smart play from Isaiah, though. Just expertly done to sneak through those glaives. are now moving into game number 4. Isaiah still has the lead. Dark Elite narrowly making it out alive on that one.
We'll travel it together, Ashra.
Round 1. Fight.
Ashra's unkillable. It's that Serena health, though. It really is the Serena health. I gotta be honest, I don't know why Serena gives extra health. Of all the characters to give extra health, the ones that do give extra health, Sub-Zero is honestly the only one that makes sense to me. Jax has a fucking unblockable. You don't need more health, you got an unblockable. But okay, fine. Jax is like a big beefcake wrestler guy. He can have extra health, I guess, because he's got big arms and they're made of metal. Even though we don't have metal arms Jax in this game, sure. But Serena, why does Serena give more health and all the utility that she does? That one just, I don't get where the logic is at, where that's coming from. But whatever. That could be a change we see in the future, perhaps. Especially now that they fixed her meter drain. I mean, Serena was honestly already, like, problematic and able to dictate neutral. Problematic is maybe too heavy-handed, but, like, she was a strong cameo before the changes to make her meter drain actually function properly. And now that it's functioning, holy shit. She can essentially make it so that you never get a breaker. Like, players that are doing it and using it efficiently are, they hit you, and then at some point in the combo, all the meter you gain from the combo, I'm gonna take that back. Just immediately revoke. It's insane, dude. Those checks are bouncing on the meter you're supposed to get because of Serena. You don't get that shit. It's a lie. Alright, Isaiah needs to find a hit here. Ooh, we'll get the overhead. Okay, he's got Sento out. It's Mixed City, perhaps. Okay, Sento actually dissipates, so he ran out of him. Stays away. Into the low stance, but the uppercut from Dark Elite is going to tie things up. Nicely done. Has Dark Elite found the answer? Which this will also be the first time that Isaiah has, I think, first off, gone down this early in the top 8. But, I mean, typically, Isaiah enters the lower bracket of the top 8 early and then shreds his way through it. Today, however, Dark Elite is looking to change the future, or the past, whatever, kind of rewrite it, and it's going to be a different tale this time around. 'Cause, I mean, I'm honest, that has been what what Isaiah has done like the last 3 weeks. He missed one top 8, but the 3 that he's been in, it has started off with losing winners round 1, and then just running it all the way to grand finals. And I think that's what where his points come from, is 2 first places and a 2nd place. And then he's got, like, the week that he didn't make it because of his internet is the 20 other points. So, I mean, it has been repeated successful lower bracket runs all the way back to grand finals. And looking to do it again this week, but Dark Elite not having any of it. Big damage coming out from Isaiah, though. The overhead will connect Sento there to keep the combo going. He will get resummoned as well. Wants to make sure he's still got plenty of time with his ancestors. Keeps on. Dude, when is it your turn? I almost feel like Dark Elite got hit on purpose just to throw a breaker. But now he's just kind of running to keep Sento away. Sento is behind him still, although Sento has already dissipated now. Oh, I love this. Dark Elite about to be chipped out, and that'll do it. Isaiah set point yet again. Both players low on meter here. Nice use of the assist from Isaiah to get the ice armor, but Dark Elite unfazed will swing with a sword instead to find the opening. Dark Elite having a really healthy round number 2 here. Hasn't taken a single hit of damage. Already done half health here to Isaiah. That falling karma will start the damage on Isaiah's side, though. And he's going to go ahead and get Sento out. But, I mean, Sento spent most of his time, almost half of it, just jogging his way in. How much of a payoff are we going to get out of it? Now, Dark Elite, he's on the other side. Sento's about to run out. That is unfortunate. Sento is going to be on cooldown here. We're going to be going into the final round, and here's the deal. Sento is not going to be back at the start of this final round. It is going to be another 5 seconds or so before Sento is on the table here. So that could prove to be problematic for Isaiah. He's just not going to have access to his strongest tool. Okay, Sento will now be available on the next hit here. But Meter is not available. And you see that as soon as Sento's available, Isaiah calls him out. He knows the power of the spirits and needs to get that involved. The armor, not going to be enough, but Dark Elite wisely holding on to it so he can get out of range. Sento's still asleep here, and Sento's gone. Nicely done. He's timed it out. Dark Elite could have a big chance here with Sento out of commission. Now, he does have Meter to resummon Sento, but we saw in the Havaleri set that was problematic. Armor's through! Oh no, he didn't hit him. Wasn't close enough, though. Okay, he gets Sento out. Nice snipe from Dark Elite. I don't even think he was aiming at Kenshi. He just wanted to keep the spirit away from him. Tries to keep it away, gets hit by that long-range lunge. Resummons for the new timer. Kenshi knows he can't do anything else with that Meter. He just wants the spirit homie. The armor is not enough! What a play by Isaiah, patiently waiting for Dark Elite to try to escape, and then just barely with the tip of that sword, catching him for the fatal blow confirm on the kill. Very nicely done. That was crazy. What a set.
Kenshi wins.
That was wild. This might be our best top 8, and not just because all 8 of you actually showed up this time, but this might actually be our best top 8 yet. The matches tonight, I mean, look at this bracket. We're about to put in the scores for another Game 5. This is wild. Whoa, hold on. Getting ahead of myself. I mean, these are easily the craziest top 8 that we've had. I mean, that is 4 Game 5s now, and that is 4 in a row Game 5s. Like, this is wild. And we're gonna keep the party going. So next up, we're gonna go ahead. Oh wait, you know what? You're right. You're right, Demoralized. It was 3-1. All right, so I made it up. It's a lie. It's not quite as crazy as I thought, but still pretty crazy. I don't know how that 2 got in there. It snuck in. I think the Start GG bracket is at least accurate, and that's the one that people can actually check in the future for prosperity or whatever. This is just some fancy bullshit with lightning behind it that I think looks cool, and that might be my own very, very low tier sensibilities, but I think it looks fine. There's even a little bit of fog. You can barely see it. The fog is new, but you know, you can barely see the fog in the bottom corners. It's a spooky night out in the forest on the way to the Pokemon Tower. Is that just a reference that like doesn't work for the current generation of players though? Surely you guys have seen Pokemon Tower episode of Pokemon, obviously. That's where a lot of this is like thematically. Because the Nightmare series logo, that's what that is the tower. And it looks just as sinister in the show. It's fucking awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some invites into, for Moralizes skill. I don't think there's any actual fog in the game either at all. It's maybe like implied, but maybe not, even when you go there in the games. But I think maybe in the later games when they've remade it, looks, you know, they up the spooky elements of being around the Pokemon Tower. The Pokemon Tower music from the game still is like, man, this is some, for 16-bit music is definitely a little freaky. You guys picked a good route to make it weird despite the limitations of the hardware. Yeah, it's definitely been quite some time. I should go back and play it again. Alright, so invites for Demoralize and Skill, 2 players that are in my recent players. So very easy to locate. Got... Oh, I already went too far. Bam, invites are out. You can. It's not that big of a deal, though. I feel like if I don't talk about them anyway, people don't know, because most people don't have, like, the chat up or whatever that are watching, so. Because I've tried a couple times, and I have to say something for people to do it. I've noticed I have to say something. It's worse at character select screen than it is in the match. I don't know why. I could not explain to you why. But that has been my experience that I've noticed, is that... Oh wait, I need to go AFK, don't I? I almost fucked up. That has been my experience, is that you have to wait until you're actually in the match to get a better read on how the performance of the ping is going to be. But it is to EU, so it is going to be somewhat testy. Although you're on the East Coast, so you're closer to the EU than I am, so hopefully it's not too bad for you. At least I think you're on the East Coast. That's why you talk in East Coast time zones. It'd be a very weird thing to do as a native Montana person.
Hanging Guardians.
Your future with the
Montaninian?
Empress
What do you
is
call
not
them?
set.
She and I will overcome all obstacles.
Round 1. Fight!
Alright, big uppercut. Okay, so honestly, uppercut is not a bad way to approach those jump-ins with the low hat coming in. You are doing more damage with your uppercut than the low hat, so the trade is in your favor, and it's not this like weird situation where you're gonna get blown up on the trade. Because sometimes you'll get them with like a poke, and the hat hits you, and then they still get to follow up. But in that, you're knocking him down, so no worries. Alright, skill going to town here. But per the usual, not heavy damage from Tanya, but still gonna be enough to get the round. Oh, I got the names wrong.
Round 2. Fight.
I don't know how I fucked that up. Let me change that. Alright, time freeze comes through. Doesn't have the Kung Lao assist though to keep it going meterless. Ooh, time freeze. Dude, what are the rules for rewind? He was like, it knocks Tanya down. Why does it knock you down only sometimes? Can anyone explain the rules for that rewind thing? I don't know if that's helpful for Demoralize, is asking people how to... Like, I think I'm just exposing the weaknesses of that character if I get the advice. Because the players are going to be like, yeah, somebody put it in the chat. I want to know how to deal with it too. Because I don't know what the rules are for when you're actually able to do it. I have seen people punish that thing. I have genuinely seen people punish the rewind, but I can't figure out what the rules are to enable them to punish it. I thought that it was just don't do a combo where you kind of move horizontally across the screen very far, because when he rewinds, he goes back where you were, and if you have moved from that location, you're not close enough to punish him. But we're seeing even in combos where they're not moving, they just randomly knock him down anyway. I don't know what to do about it. I cannot put together a working strategy either, because I have not been able to determine what are the rules. I thought that it would knock you down if you were airborne, right? So if you do an air combo, that'd be a bad idea because he can do the rewind. But now I'm seeing him knock you down if you're too close to him anyway. So I don't know. I mean, is it a case of if you're too close to Gears when he does the rewind, then you get knocked down, so you have to like hit him and then like launch him and not chase him and then hope that he rewinds when you didn't chase him, because then that feels like it's just some fucking breakaway bullshit. And at the higher levels, the upper tier of levels, it's not gonna matter. Like, people are just gonna, oh, you didn't follow me? Well, then I'm not gonna rewind time. Go fuck yourself. You just dropped your combo. Juan says, in order to punish rewind, you must hit almost immediately after the rewind activated. Kind of like Fatal Blow. You can cancel anything immediately after. But I don't think that answers the problem that I have with it, is to hit immediately after the rewind. Because what keeps on happening is that the rewind is knocking people down. See, she gets, like, how is she supposed to hit after she gets frozen and then she gets knocked down? Where is the window for her to hit when it, like, immediately afterwards? Like, there, where? When could she do that? She got knocked down and full screen.
Round 2.
But I've also seen instances where he does the rewind and it doesn't knock the opponent down. And then the opponent's able to punish. So how do you avoid getting knocked down by the rewind? That's what I want to know. And it might end up being like some weird breakaway nonsense, actually, where it's like, yeah, if you're in the middle of something, you get knocked down, but if you're actually standing there, you can block the rewind, and then, so you have to, like, preemptively read it. But then players just won't do it, or something like that. Just feels like then players will wait for you to commit to blocking the rewind, or wait until they see, oh, you're in the middle of a committed normal that you cannot cancel, and now I'll rewind, and I'm guaranteed to get out. And that seems... And it costs only a bar? Come on. You gotta make it cost more, at least. It's gotta cost 2 bars to do that. Because it's only gonna gimmick out dumb people like me, and at the higher level, it's gonna be totally fucking useless or too strong. You gotta, like, find that middle ground. In its current instance, for 1 bar, and apparently if you just wait for the right moments, it feels like it's too strong, because Gears players will genuinely just wait until you've committed to something that they can rewind out of that you can't do anything about. Okay, will he avoid it in time? Oh, he does avoid it, but he didn't go far enough. Is there a way to make him teleport further away? Because that seems real unfortunate that Gears is not able to go quite far enough to beat anybody, to like kind of blow up some of these projectile attempts. I would have thought that he actually like teleports to them and it's kind of like a don't move situation, but I don't know.
Tanya, Gira, Goro.
Dude, it's weird. They are the only ones that actually pay tax. Because she gets that fucking low-ass damage or whatever. So many other characters are just fucking ducking the IRS all day. Melina must genuinely know somebody that works at the IRS. Because she still gets fucking 50% for her nonsense. Even after the nerf. Even after she got audited. She still has some sort of haven where she can just offshore accounts and make fucking 50% off of stray hits. It's wild. And yet Baraka got fucking like locked up. He's gonna have to pay for the rest of his life. They took away so much of his damage.
Round 1.
Like, he's got restitution payments. It's insane. Yeah, dude, that's that full screen vacuum, and now he gets that half screen. Nope. That doesn't work at all. You're just thinking that might be the problem. Demoralized is playing with MK1 Fatal Blow mentality, and it does not work like that. Interestingly enough, Gears or Demoralized has switched over to Serena. I genuinely think like Lao is really scary as the cameo for Gears. There's like a lot of crazy stuff that he can do. The meterless temporal advantage combos. building all the clocks. Like, a lot of the stuff you can do with Lao and Geras is really powerful. But it does take a little bit of getting set up, and it is susceptible to getting zoned, because Lao Hat is not a counter-zoning measure for the most part. It can kind of hang in there, but there are a lot of things that will ultimately end up beating it out. And if you're spending all of your cameo on that, then you're not really getting a lot of the other dividends out of it, or like rewards from it too. So, interestingly enough, it seems like skill was maybe able to shut down and kind of maintain and be so much of a nuisance that Demoralize just wasn't able to get the ball rolling necessarily. So now he's having to switch to something that's got a little bit more of a long-range presence, like Serena. That's not going to net him the same level of devastating setups, but will still hopefully allow him to be a threat in these longer-range wars that skill is sort of enacting and forcing him into, because Tanya's got the range of that like stick. She doesn't need to get up close and personal, and Geras, he does not have that, and he has one of the slower, I hesitate to even call it a projectile, that sandstorm thing that he does. It is just not the same as everybody else's like traditional fireball kind of thing. Dude, I actually think there's a possibility for them doing that, Hello Larry. I genuinely think there's a real possibility in this game for characters to have new moves. And I say that because of all the boss characters that you fight have different moves. So, like, Boss Sub-Zero throws a spear. Boss Havoc takes his head off and rolls it on the ground. Like, there are genuinely moves that they don't even need to film or, like, do new mocap for. They are already in the game. They already are in the game, so they just need to enable them for players to use them. So there's a real possibility that we could see, like, later on down the line, hey, turns out we're going to actually let, you know, Sub-Zero players have a fireball that isn't just the ice ball, and he gets the spear toss. And, like, Li Mei has, like, a dash punch, and I don't know what all the boss characters have, but there's definitely some stuff in there, like some extra dirt available to them. Oh, he has a spine burst? Interesting. I saw him doing something where he was, like, scraping the ground and throwing sparks with that. I didn't see the boss Baraka do the spine burst. I guess, though, that is because I cheesed out the boss Baraka. I assume that when you saw it was from the tower with Big Raka, when he, like, grows really big, and I just cheesed that shit. Somebody posted on Twitter that you can beat that by just doing 2-1 over and over again with Baraka, and that is all that I did. I didn't fight Big Raka more than one time. Yeah, interesting that they kind of held off with those. Dude, yeah, I love that Brutal. I'm so glad that I was able to get an early clip of Demoralized doing that for the announcement video, because it looks good.
Geras, Tanya, Goro, Serena.
Hey, what's going on, Bendinos? Indeed, we are out here repping on the Xbox side of things. You had a good run in the, excuse me, in the pre-release event, by the way. Which I also have been thinking, and I need to clear this with the community. Would it be better if I were to hold the LCQ on a different day other than Thursday? Because what that would enable is people that couldn't play on Thursdays, if we do it on, like, Tuesday, we do the LCQ, tools for the LCQ on Tuesday, then that'll let players that can't play on Thursdays and weren't able to earn points all season, maybe they can come through on Tuesday and make the LCQ and then play on Saturday for top 8 and then play in the finale for the afterward on the next Saturday, because they still are going to need Saturday. But I think that moving it to like a Tuesday or whatever for the LCQ would actually enable letting people that were unable to play on Thursdays, because Thursday doesn't work in their schedule, and actually, you know, have another shot at making it in. Again, it would still be the case of Saturday top 8 and Saturday is the finale. So if you're somebody that Saturday doesn't work for you either, moving the LCQ to Tuesday is not going to fix that problem. So you do still need to be able to show up on Saturday. But I mean, we can move it to Tuesday, Wednesday, anything but Friday. I think Friday is a little too late. But Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, maybe we'll have a poll on what we want to do the LCQ on, and we'll just run it that day. instead. I guess the other thing to consider somewhat is where Tremor is at that time, because it is going to be somewhere near around that time, but I think the LCQ might be far enough away from Tremor that we won't have to worry about him, but I'll have to double check the dates on that one, because that is where some of the problem comes in. Okay, actually, yeah, so if we move it to Tuesday, it's the day after Tremor. So Tremor is basically, but it actually doesn't, it wouldn't matter because it's that week. So Tremor is going to be banned for the LCQ no matter what, because he comes out that week and we're going to ban him for that first week. So because of that, I think we're just going to go ahead and run a poll for that and not worry about it. But we will probably be letting Tremor rock for the finale. Tremor will be legal during the finale if there's no weird bugs that have been discovered by the community. So Skill is going to take it, though. 3-1 over Demoralize. And Demoralize is the only one with 3-1 games. Everybody else is going game 5. Dude, I love it. There's going to be eventually we're going to have the High Rollers tournament where your games only count if you use the fatality, the paid for fatalities. If you don't got the money for the fatality, then you ain't winning. That's that simple. What an insane idea. I mean, that's how you do pay to win, though. Alright, so let's hop back to our top 8 bracket, where we only have 4 players left alive. Go ahead and update this thing. I forgot to also put the losers' semifinal names in. Those are important. Dude, I'm so bad at typing your name. So this is where the bracket stands. And while we are talking about Omni-Man, who looks cool, I'm really hoping that Omni-Man is going to be fun. I want to know what kind of skins they're going to give him, though, too. Like, what are the skins that are going to be available for Omni-Man? I think that'll be really interesting. But I do want to note that Omni-Man is going to be banned for the first week. He comes out the day of the tournament. So for the first Nightmare series that he's available, which is just going to be genuinely the Thursday and the Friday, or the Thursday and the Saturday, so like the 4 days after he's out, he will not be legal for the Nightmare series. But for the week following that, it is very likely that he will be legal at that point, presuming that there aren't any glaring bugs or exploits that Omni-Man is capable of tapping into. So as long as that's not the case, I think we'll be good to go and letting him rock. But we do want to give some time to figure it out. And of course, because he's coming out in early access, I want to make sure that he is at least banned for the duration of early access, so that players that don't have the early access because they didn't buy the premium edition, they didn't buy the combat pack, they're going to buy the characters that they like individually or whatever it may be, those players should still be able to lab against that character if they wanted to. Or, you know, even ask a friend, hey man, can you play me as Omni-Man? I need to get some time in. And like, you can't do that until he's available for everyone, or that feels more unfair to, you know, only the people that spent big money are allowed to know what to do. I don't like that. That doesn't feel right. Dude, I wouldn't be shocked if he's busted. I mean, the DLC selling tactics are real. I would hope that he's not. I really would love for it to be, you know, they've hit a sweet spot with him, but at bare minimum, I think it's unlikely he won't be bad. Or it's unlikely he'll be bad. Maybe that's a better way to word that. I worded that weird. It's unlikely he'll be bad. I think DLC, the safest route is to make it too good and then to nerf it afterward. That, I think, is the safer route. But what they end up doing is, we'll see. But I think for the most part, that's what you've seen with a lot of stuff in the past, is we're just going to go buff it, make it good, and then we'll dial it back. I mean, that's what happened with Alien, that's what happened with Tanya. In other games, that's what happened with Leroy in Tekken, for example. Fuck Your Mom in Tekken was also incredibly OP when he first came out, and then they just dial it back after. I can't remember any Street Fighter examples of busted characters, but I mean, Abel was fucking... Not Abel, Abigail was pretty wild. Didn't Rashid just come out, and Rashid was pretty broken when he initially hit the scene for Street Fighter 6? So... It's a thing. It happens. And I think it'll continue. Omni-Man's gonna come out and be really strong, if not just normal, regular strong, and that'll kind of be where he floats. Hopefully he doesn't need too many adjustments to get him in line with everybody else, though, because as cool as it is to have new characters and stuff in there, I don't want them dominating the scene. I think it is also fun to have some variety in there. Alright, so I'm gonna send another invite out to Hello Larry. Perhaps that one did not go through. We shall try again. Although I have a feeling that we're cutting it close with only 7 seconds left on the lobby. I think they said that Peacemaker is definitely voiced by John Cena, but if you're talking about having him in, like, traditional John Cena WWE garb, possibly. Depends on how much of that look is owned by the WWE. I think a lot of it is stuff that he could maybe get away with saying is him, and that's just his look, and that you can't, like, you know what I mean? It's like not enough of an iconic costume, especially because it was just whatever clothes that he would wear. That WWE doesn't own it, but we'll see. I'm really curious how many skins the DLC characters are going to get in general, because, to be honest, DLC characters traditionally in Mortal Kombat have not gotten a lot of love in terms of, like, additional content. It's just not the thing that happens. I mean, MKX, almost all of the DLC characters got just the skin that they came with, I think. Trying to think, like, Tremor was just the one skin, the Alien never got any other skins, the Predator never got any skins, Leatherface kind of had skins to some extent, but that was expressive of the variation. Bo Raicho didn't have skins, and then when you get to Injustice, they had gear, but I think they ended up having less gear. My game is freezing up, cool. They had less gear. My game is stuck on ending match. Just sitting here. And then in MK11, they had essentially, I think it was like 40 pieces of gear, but all the base roster characters had, I think at launch, or initially, like, base set of skins, 60 skins, and then some of them got extras through Combat League or DLC or whatever. So characters like Sub-Zero by the end of it, with his Dimitri skin and Shredder skin and classic skin. I think he had like almost 90 skins or whatever. But most characters had around like 70 skins or so. And then DLC characters, I have to kill my game. The DLC characters all were kind of stuck at 40. And by 40 skins, it was 4 different looks, 10 different colors of those looks. That was what we got. And that's a little low. That would be cool if they lean into that. And there's potential precedent for that, of them leaning into, like, kind of harkening back to some different game mechanics. The precedent being, in my opinion, Tremor has variations. Tremor has MKX variations. And Tremor having variations means that it would not be a shocker at all if they were to implement some kind of Injustice-style mechanics, other than there's no way that a character is randomly going to make it back to block. Like, that's not happening. You're not going to get that level of system change, but some, like, Injustice-style trade or whatever, that's cool. Alright, let's try this again without it freaking out. Yeah, that cough died, and then my game locked up while making a new lobby, so making another one. It like got stuck on this ending the Forever King screen for like 3 minutes, and I just like, alright, I don't have time for this. But we got new invites coming to you guys. Should be in your inbox as I'm saying this. Sleepy bubs, huh? Oh, oops, wrong controller, wrong controller. Mistakes were made. So Larry is here, just waiting on Striker. Man, I'm shocked that these costs are so shoddy. It genuinely feels like this game was rushed so fast that they didn't have time to finish the online, like a new grand online thing that they were doing, and they were like, well, fuck, the game has to come out, let's just shove the shitty old online in because we don't have time to finish the brand new cool online stuff that's gonna have like full crossplay, that's gonna have like big battle hubs, all this stuff. I swear to God, if crossplay is just an MK11 toggle switch on a menu, that's gonna be fucking nuts. Because that was in beta in MK11, and if you're just doing that again, how were you not able to use the beta data to at least beta it in this game from the start? Like, to me, it has to be a robust, brand new, big thing with like a whole battle hub and walking around and interacting with players beyond just some fucking text chat menu like it's AOL in the fucking late 2000s. Like, they've gotta update it. They have to update it. And that to me is the only excuse for no crossplay and all of this like lack. I mean, we don't even have the rooms. We don't even have the rooms from the old one. And that to me says because the rooms are being turned into this big, grand, brand new thing, and we're gonna have to wait for it, and the wait will be worth it. And if the wait's not worth it, oh man, I'm gonna be fucking livid.
Round 2, fight.
Alright, so Hella Larry able to secure that first game. Striker taking an interesting approach here. A lot of zoning, just trying to keep Melina away, but Melina, of course, a character with a teleport, so you can't keep her out forever. That low hat gets the punish as well. Yeah, exactly. The schedule is too tight, and I think the big problem is it's WB at the top. I don't think it's NetherRealm proper and like Ed Boon that's like, yo, shove this game out, we need that money. I don't think it's Ed Boon and you know, the team that's behind the decisions around the monetization. Like the decisions around the monetization with a $10 fatality and drip feeding the skins for characters and the content, even though we paid $70 for the game. Like, you can't even unlock all of the art. Like, you finish the shrine, and yet when you go into the menu, the game says you've only got like 60% of the art unlocked. And it's like, dude, there's no way. I mean, that art is fucking concept art. There's no way that concept art isn't done yet. It's concept art. Like, what the fuck? How? How could the concept art not be done? The game is done. There's no fucking way the concept art is not done. They're just gonna make us wait to look at it, which is fucking crazy. That's insane. That they're like, well, yeah, you can see it, but not yet. Like, what?
I will usher in a second golden age.
I don't, like, they won't let us look at the concept art for the completed game that we paid for. But whatever, that's WB trying to figure out how can we, I assume, figure out how can we just make this game seem as relevant as long as possible, and an easy way to do that is, hey look, there's new stuff, even if the new stuff is just old stuff that you would have gotten at launch and didn't get yet. No, that is not the stuff that's missing. That's not what I'm talking about, Falco. If you look in the collection, it'll tell you you have like 60% of the art unlocked and all of the stuff. And that is the art for like the stages and all of the stuff that is already in the game. The new characters or the cameos, those will get their own sections that will have, you know, that will expand, and hey, now there's an Omni-Man section. Here's the concept art for Omni-Man. That is not the stuff that's currently missing from the art collection currently. Like, if you look in the art collection, there are stages that you have, that you've been playing on, that you've unlocked everything for the shrine, and it just says, oh, you don't have any of these pictures unlocked yet. And it's like, what? How? And it's because they want to wait, because they want to have stuff for the shrine. So they saved it, and they're going to put it in the shrine for Season 2. And there probably will eventually be new assets that are coming into the game, but the current, like, Season 1 to Season 2 is stuff that was absolutely done and ready at launch, and they're actively holding it back so that they can drip feed it to you later. And that is just the state of gaming nowadays. Everything needs to be a games as a service. So, you know, make sure you're here a month from now, and then another month, and another month, because that's the only way to get it. Alright, nice little throw here from Stryker. Ooh, Sector ends up getting hit, but he will actually take the... Yo! What a play by Stryker. Is that a low hat coming my way? I'm just gonna hop right over that. Alright, rockets away. Ball roll in the air. I think that's your air ball roll, right? There's no air fireball, it's air ball roll. Shoots those if you don't charge it or something. This character confuses me, I'll admit it. And again, Stryker just leaping right over that. And the important thing there is, if he hits that, it'll actually ping the armor and he won't get the launcher. But by doing it in that very specific manner, he's actually able to not only avoid the hat, but get some full damage out of it as well. Reverse tree chopper. Low shatter coming through. Nice avoidance from Larry, though. This is going to be plus frames. Good patience from Stryker, just looking to see what his opponent's going to go for. Sweep will connect. Stryker rockets are going to keep this safe. Overhead is good, and he's going to finish her off as well with the Brutal. That is intriguing. Are you able to break out of that?
General Shao wins.
Is there weird situations where you can't break out of like, kind of like how there were weird throws that would just auto kill you? I wonder if that brutality just kind of goes off before you're able to break out of it. But it might just be, so the next hit he swings them, he like hits them with the axe again, and then swings them over his head and slams them on the ground. And maybe when he slams them on the ground, that's not a breakable hit anyway. So you have to break on the actual second hit when the axe goes in, or you're done, and you, no matter what. I'm definitely excited for Omni-Man, though. I think he's going to be cool. I play Reiko personally, but I don't know if I'm going to switch for Omni-Man, but there's a possibility that one of these DLC characters, any of the Mortal Kombat characters, actually could pull me in. Quan Chi, Ermac, and Takeda all have the potential. And I am, without a doubt, going to be looking for ways to incorporate Tremor with any of the characters. I love Tremor. Tremor was my main in MKX, and even though he's a cameo, and I can't have him the way I'd love to have him, I'm still going to take what I can get. So if I can find some dirt with almost any character in the cast, I'm going to try to make it happen with Trevor. Nice little opening of this round here for Stryker. I mean, great job blocking the ball roll. Here's a big launch as well. He'll force Hella Larry off that meter. And he's going to get the opening. Dude, Hella Larry is in big trouble right now.
Round 2, fight.
Ooh. Oh, Tree Chopper with the rocket coming through as well. I love this. I think the comics is the theme for this game's DLC, so the second combat pack could absolutely see more of them coming through. Because, I mean, like, MK1 was horror movies, even though Predator is a little bit more action movie, and so is Alien. But MK11 was like straight up, this is action movie characters. Terminator, I guess Spawn is comic, but that's there's an action movie associated with that, and then you got RoboCop and Rambo, both action movie stars. There's a little comic flair from Joker as well, though. But this game, it's 3 comic book characters, and I would not be shocked if we continue to get more of them. That was huge. Dude, that fucking assist is so cheap. It armors and saves you. Sniped out of the sky. Striker hanging in there. Needs one more tap to do it. Won't make it happen with the throw here. Will get thrown out of the corner. If he can get a rocket away, that might be what he needs. Yep, there's that rocket. How do you avoid it? And Hello Larry teleports before the rocket gets to him. An expert play to make sure he doesn't get chipped out. Dude, Savage Dragon would be so fucking cool. I used to watch that cartoon as a kid all the time. I don't read the comics, but man, that weird spider guy from Savage Dragon used to really freak me out. I would love if they put Savage Dragon in. That'd be so fucking cool. And for the longest time, I would talk about Savage Dragon, and first off, didn't know what the name was, so my fault. But nobody would know what I was referring to. Nobody knows what I'm talking about when I talk about Savage Dragon as a cartoon. Nobody knows. And for the longest time, I also didn't know what it was called, so it made it very hard. But, like, I would try to describe it. It was like a cop with a lizard. He was a lizard, and he had a fucking fin that was a mohawk, and there was a spider guy. That feels obvious to me. I would know what you were talking about, but... Dude, Beast Boy better be in the next Injustice. He's in fucking Injustice Mobile now. He better fucking be in the game. How do they keep doing this stuff? Dude, Hello Larry hangs in there and claims that one. Nicely done. I'm getting distracted. But, man, I mean, he did it. He absolutely did it. Stryker had him in a real tough position. He was sitting on about 30%. He had a rocket coming at him. There was no life left. And then Hello Larry clutches it out. And now, about to potentially be in our Grand Finals winner side.
General Shah, Sector.
Dude, if they could get the license to some of those old Midway games, that would be so sick. I wonder who owns some of them. Some of them got bought up in, like, whatever the bidding war. I mean, that's how Mortal Kombat got bought up. WB bought Mortal Kombat during that, you know, selling or whatever. But I'd be curious, like, who actually ended up with the rights to some of those games. And is there a way that they could find a way to incorporate those? But I think Cameos is also a really good place for incorporating characters that don't traditionally work. I mean, it's been discussed a bunch of times, but if you put, like Street Fighter characters could make great cameos, because then Capcom doesn't have to worry about how is it gonna look when Ryu gets his head ripped off. You don't rip the cameos' heads off. The cameos never die. They always stay alive, and like, yeah, it might be hard to come up with a fatality for the cameo, but I mean, they can do some bullshit like they did in MK vs DC, where Ryu doesn't actually kill you, he just does some flashy, you know, Shinku Hadouken animation on you, and you know, they don't like explicitly show you die, they just show like a big flash of bright light that you clearly didn't survive, some crazy shit like that. I mean, I don't know the exact like parameters of how they could do it, but they could definitely make it so that you can get away with like a tamer version of it, and you don't have to worry about the problem of, alright, well, we also have to watch this character die 50 different ways. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the MK vs. DC path, but I think with current graphics, like the way that the Injustice characters finish each other off, where some of them look gruesome without being explicit, is I think exactly what you could do with any of the characters that would typically maybe not want to be seen outright murdering somebody, but you put them in Mortal Kombat, there's a little violence expected, so you know, you can get away with some of that, and you can kind of show without showing too much. Do ball roll for the win indeed. The Melina ball roll with the hat behind it is really, really wild. Because the interesting thing will happen where if the hat hits, or the ball roll hits, the hat doesn't actually get interrupted in any significant way. Or like the hat won't interrupt the combo. You still will get your full combo route. All it will do is save you. It won't actually get in your way. Ball Roll has some wild coverage in this game with the way that Hat is working. That does mean, however, that Striker is going to be going down into our lower bracket here for Losers Finals. But definitely coming up with some answers. You know, the previous week he did struggle with dealing with this Melina, and now coming up with some answers here. It looks like Li Mei might not be the choice, but the Shao Kahn was looking real strong, so we'll see what happens. No, Crisby has not shown up for the last 2 weeks, so I'm not sure what's going on with them. I hope they're all right, but have not had Crisby in the bracket recently, unfortunately. All right, close this one. And this one. This one. Bam. All right. Yeah, as did I. So hopefully everything's all right in his world. I hope he's not under too much duress, and you know, if he doesn't have the passion or if he doesn't have the time, hopefully he can find that passion and time again in the future, because he's fun. All right, so let's go ahead and get our losers semifinals match here up next. That is going to be Skill versus Isaiah. So we're going to do Skill versus Isaiah here. Next winner of that will go on to face Striker, and the winner of that will go on to face Hella Larry. So if Isaiah wins this, it'll be a guaranteed run back, because either Striker or Isaiah will get a shot. However, if Skill wins this and then defeats Striker, he will get his own shot at taking on Hella Larry. Now, Hella Larry won the previous week, I believe. Yeah, Hella Larry won the previous week. So looking to get the back-to-back finish here, but these 3 other players that remain are definitely not going to make it easy on him. But let's find out which of them is going to have the opportunity to potentially challenge as we figure out who is going to be going home between Skill and Isaiah. So we're going to get them in here for our losers semifinals match in just a moment. Forever King. Invite Rink to start because he knows not to join. Then send our invites to the intended recipients. Skill and Isaiah. There they are. Perfect. Ready to go. I would love to get Deathstroke back, but I'm sure I'll get some sort of weird gun character or find a character that I like. If I had to pick for a character to be Injustice, I want like a one to come back. I want Grundy. I thought Grundy was such a fun, cool... I wasn't even like a Grundy player, really. I just miss hearing him recite the poem. I genuinely enjoyed that, so I would love to have him come back. 250 points for winning. So that would put you to 500 points. I'll have to break down the math for where everybody else stands at that point, but it will guarantee you second place on the points standings, that's for sure. Because Hunter did not play this week, and he's the only one with more points than you right now. And since he's getting 0 points, and you're getting, if you got 250 points, there's no way that 0 points will keep him above you. And your bare minimum number of points is enough to tie with him, that's if you got 7th place. Or I'm sorry, if you got, sorry, 7th place? Yeah, it's 7th place, and you can't do that now. You're guaranteed 2nd place, so you're guaranteed at least 200 points. Hunter is a Johnny Cage player. He is from Mexico, I believe. But he has not shown up lately because, well, I don't know what the because is on that, to be honest. I don't really know what the reason is, but he hasn't shown up lately. But he's right now 2nd place in points, so he can afford a little bit of a buffer. How many points are you getting? So right now you're at 250 and you got 5th place. So I think you get 100 points. I believe you get 100. It's 75 for 7th, 100 points for 5th, and then it's 125, 150, 200, 250, I think. I think you're getting 100 points right now. Oh, beautiful jump over. And he's going to get the punish, and I don't have the names updated. Not doing my job. spell it right?
Round 2.
No.
Fight.
Isaiah. Is that how you spell Isaiah? That one just, that name, I don't know why. I can't, my brain doesn't enjoy looking at it. It's the triple vowels. For some dumb reason, my brain is like, Hawaii is the only one allowed to have 3 vowels in a row. All other words should be met with scrutiny if they try to come at you with a triple vowel. Alright, catches him with the mid. Saw that Sento spirit disappearing as well. So he is in Sento's stance right now. No Sento. He will re-summon Sento. Gonna have access to that demon, but immediately Skill gonna put him down. For the chip out. Not quite enough, but the armor afterward. What a dirty play from Skill. I mean, he knew, like, yeah, you got a little bit of frames, but I got armor, I'm getting through that, too. Like, the only thing you could actually do there is block that, and you don't have 4 hits of chip to block that. You're dead. Alright, Sento's out. Skill just gonna armor through. Sento is behind Tanya right now, but a little bit too far away to do much. Oh, wow, you saw Sento swinging. Dude, that is insane. You can have him lunge from off screen like that. I mean, the Sento 3 is... Oh, man, it goes so much further than you're ready for. It really does. Here he comes! Dude, that's so scary. Sento just sneaking through. Dude, did Sento hit him out of the fatal blow? No way.
Get over here!
Sento is cheating. That's so crazy. I think as the life cycle of this game goes on, it's going to become more and more apparent just how crazy Sento is as a tool. Like, Sento is wild. I truly feel like it's a case of you do not let him out. Do not let Sento out. If Sento gets out, you've already encountered a big problem. And it's the kind of thing where it's like, you don't break until they summon Sento because you want to shut down Sento always when they break. And you gotta avoid him, keep him away, do not get sandwich. But like, he's got options to re-summon him. He's got ways that he can force a sandwich with that projectile. Like, it is a difficult task to stay in the safe zone against Sento. We'll see if Skill can make it happen. Right now, he's got some distance right between him and the Spirit. And the Spirit about to run out. Yep, there he goes. Although Isaiah immediately re-summoning him. Oh, got him. Dude, the Sento pressure, what do you do? Oh, he uses the Amplify straight into Fatal Blow. This should be the kill if it connects, and it absolutely will. So Isaiah successfully securing round number 1 here with that. Somewhat expensive spending the whole Fatal Blow there, 44%, but it will get the job done. And if you can take a round, I am an advocate of spend the Fatal Blow. If that's what it takes, do it. The round is worth it. It is absolutely worth it. All right, Rising Karma, and here comes Sento again for another party. Unfortunate drop, though, for Isaiah. Oh, big swing and a miss. Sento goes down for a brief slumber here. Ooh. Okay, so Goro was actually too far for the coverage on the Raise the Roof. Alright, Skill just swinging back in. Goro will come through with the punches. Nice little throw here. Can you do Tanya Twirly Staff into Goro Punch Walk for like 8 hits of chip? And then you have all that pushback. You could probably shoot a fireball or swing with her longer range normals to kind of continue to check them for more. And anything into the spinny kicks is even more hits of chip. Although I guess if you flawless block at any point during that, and punch walk might be one of those easier to flawless block kind of situations, that you'll just turn off the chip damage at that point and it's not a threat anymore. That's kind of the problem with Baraka's weird character unique buff that he gets or whatever, or debuff, where if he has his bleed on you, which he can apply that with amplified projectile, his fatal blow, and the amplified stabby stab, where he like holds you over his head and is stabbing you. If when he leaves his blades on you, you start bleeding out, and then while you're in that state where you're bleeding out, you actually take more chip damage, which is very intriguing that you would take more chip damage. But if you flawless block it, then none of that matters. I think it would be interesting, though, if, I don't know what just happened. Why is the game freezing? If, even when that debuff is on, even if you flawless block it, you, like, don't take the chip, actually. Or you still take some chip, like it doesn't have the same exact effect, like the debuff still goes through. Okay, so that is a problem. Skill just randomly disconnected. I don't know what happened there. But what do we do? I think it's up to Isaiah. It is whatever Isaiah wants to do. I'll be honest. My TO sensibilities are saying that Isaiah probably takes the game, but it's up to him. He wants to run it back. He's got enough of a points buffer. It's not the most important thing in the world for him to ensure that he guarantees victory at whatever cost. So it's up to Isaiah if he wants to run it back or not. But I would not blame him whatsoever if he wants to take the game and that be it. Alright, what do you want to do, Skill? Do you want to take the L? Do you want to give him the round? Do you want to run it back from 0? Do you want to disqualify Isaiah? He said it's up to you, so if you would like to disqualify him, because we're going to accuse him of DDoSing you, which is cheating, we could get him out of here for good, you make the call. Kidding. Yeah, we can run it back if that's what you want to do. I mean, Isaiah is in a position points-wise where the results aren't going to have a significant impact on him, even if you manage to reverse 3-0 off of the run back. So I think that sounds fine. Isaiah says he's okay with that, so we can do that. We'll just start it from the round. I think that is probably a factor, is that these points are not quite as valuable for Isaiah. He's already done his work earlier in the season. He's just here for fun. But nonetheless, nice of him to allow us to at least have some action on the stream. Because I will say, you know, as competition-wise, it is important in some instances to just, if your opponent disconnects, take the game, not worry about it. And there is no running it back. There is no, I'll take the round, now I'm just taking the game. And I totally respect that. That's totally fine. From an entertainment standpoint, it is not very fun to watch. So, it is cool that we're still going to be able to see some more action here, which is what most of the audience is here for, is to just watch some people throw down. And that is what we're going to see more of. More throwing down. So I'm going to hop into AFK. I think we're going to have to swap our names here because people have changed. We're going to go ahead and hop back into this one and hopefully finish this one out properly.
Tanya, Kenshi, Goro, Sub-Zero.
Halloween stage! Halloween stage! Halloween stage! Ah, damn it, they didn't hear me in time.
If I'd known your past, I'd not have
The
let...
Empress is safe, Tanya. I'm no longer a criminal.
I keep on forgetting that I like the Halloween stage too. That's like only the second time in 3 hours almost that I've said anything. I should say something more. I want to see it. I should announce it more. Ooh, too far for the combo. Not going to get fully punished, but Isaiah did connect with that low there, so had he committed, that could have gotten pretty wild. Alright, teleport Sento back. Oh, this is going to be damage for skill, though. 22% on the board. Didn't have Goro to keep it going with the extension. Now Chip beginning. Armor's through. Goro about to come back online as well. Not going to be necessary, though, as skill will close it out with the Chip string. Alright, the overhead actually hit him out of the drill. Yeah, he's all in. Hasn't picked Natara yet, Rink. So fully going with something new. And I mean, Natara's a struggle character. Kenshi is not. The only struggle right now is Isaiah is maybe going through a little bit of the earlier learning stages. But Isaiah keeps at it. I mean, man, it's going to be maybe a whole different ballgame when he's got top tier behind him, as well as being the level of talented player that he is. Because that Natara was already tearing people apart. I mean, shredding through the lower bracket every week. I mean, so far the only thing that's been able to beat Isaiah has been his own internet and Koizu. Koizu beat him, but that was all we got to second place. So Isaiah, this is because he didn't play last week when Hello Larry won, and Hello Larry beat him earlier. But that's kind of the way things go for Isaiah. He loses the winner's semifinals match. That happens. That's happened every week that he's won. Is he still loses those winners finals matches, but despite that, he's able to make it happen in the run back on the way, run through the lower bracket. And now that Hello Larry is here, another player that's got a victory under his belt, it'll be interesting to see what happens when they show down once again in the grand finals, if Isaiah can make it happen. He's still got a couple of obstacles in front of him. Firstly being the rest of this Tanya health bar. If he can get through this last Tanya health bar, he'll make it out of this one. But then he's still got to face off against Striker. Ice armor is up. Sento gets clipped. Sento does not get to wear and share in that ice armor. I know, right? Despite Tanya having some struggles as well, she's actually been pretty scary within these brackets each week. This is not the first time in top 8. Skill is in there in the points as well. I think Skill is tied at the 250 points with everybody else. Yes, Skill has 250 points along with 3 other players. He's one of 4 players at that point level. And Skill is gonna get a game. Oh, no, wrong button. Whoa, not 9, that'd be crazy. Oh boy. Sleepy bubs, huh? Man. This cat is so fucking cool. I have the best cat ever. He's like basically a dog trapped in a cat's body. He likes to play fight. He likes to go for walks. But he also likes to be a cat and snuggle. He also likes to use a litter box. That's a big plus for the cats. Because the reason that I didn't want to get a dog is the whole, I don't want to touch poo. I don't want to have to go outside multiple times a day in bad weather, and I don't want to have to touch poo. Now I don't have to do that. I just got this sweet cat. Alright, Skill getting it started. Goes for the overhead Goro toss as well. Sneaky little mix-up there. Little throw break here though. Isaiah running out of health, gets clipped by the fireball on the way up, and Skill will take another round.
Round 2, fight.
What's interesting also is like Tanya has this cool skin. I like this Tanya skin. This is like the Brazil one. He's not wearing the Brazil colors, but she's got like this really interesting skin that kind of sets it apart from her other skins. It's not I mean, first off, it's not just like steeped in the Mortal Kombat universe, right? It's got some real world stuff going on with it. But it just goes to show that they have the ability to make these kind of expert level fun skins. We just gotta get more of them. We genuinely just need more of them. I need more of this kind of skins for other characters too. Right, skill running out of health here on this one. We'll find the hit with the amplified drill. No Goro to keep the party going, but 30% will find its way onto the board. Oh, big anti-air hit here. Isaiah, too far away from Goro, though. Oh, no, is he blocking? I think he's blocking. Yeah, that was just his block stance, so that will be the punish. The wake-up fatal blow from skill. A little bit of desperation there, not going to be enough. Although, with how much health he had, Isaiah might have even been able to uppercut him for the kill, too. That's kind of the thing you gotta be careful with, is throwing Fatal Blow out in the neutral. It is armored, and the armor activates quickly, but the armor doesn't stop damage, and if they've got enough damage to kill you, and uppercut's 14%, they can actually make it happen. You do have to be careful. I throw out the Fatal Blow in the neutral all the time with Reiko because it's essentially a 50-50, and the good players are like, yeah, I don't care, you don't have enough health for this, and they just uppercut me out of it. Doesn't happen very often. A lot of idiots out there, I promise. Uh-oh. Sento's here. A reversal. Isaiah read it, though. He's going to get the punish on this one. One more hit might do it here. A throw is all it'll take now. Jumps away. Good avoidance. Goro is back available. And he gets the uppercut while Goro's leaving. Goro doesn't even want to look. He's gone. He's out. He's going to go get help. What an uppercut, what a brutal, and Isaiah brings it home, 3-1. So, nicely done. He's going to move on to face off against Striker then in our losers finals match. We only got 2 sets remaining, 3 competitors, and we are going to narrow it down yet again as we look to see who is going to move on between Isaiah and Striker. Spelling it right? Hell yeah. Oops, not that one. Alright. So we're going to hop out of here, get a new lobby going. So the question now, does Striker stick to the character that he had been previously using of Li Mei up until Hella Larry, who kind of moved him over to Shao Kahn, or does he go with Shao Kahn here? It'll be interesting to see what he goes with. Because Striker so far seems to be the player with the deepest pool of characters that he not only plays, but plays at a genuinely terrifying level to be up against. Like, he's got this crazy Li Mei. He's got this crazy Shao Kahn that we've seen tonight. He won CEO Taku with Striker, or with Havoc. And then he's also got a Reptile and a Reiko, just lying in wait in case those need to come out and get some work done. So, I really think Striker might be, at least on the Xbox side of things, the most diverse and still a huge threat player that we have.
Sub-Zero. Cage Mansion.
Outworld has organized crime.
Its curse isn't unique to Earthrealm.
Forgot to do that for winners finals, but it's alright. We'll do it for losers and grand. So this is losers finals here. Striker going to be switching back over to Li Mei. Oh, Hella Larry has been using Melina the whole way. And I think Melina, beyond just MK1, Melina fan through X and 11-2, perhaps? So, dedicated to the Lina, and just happens to be really strong in this game. So, good payoff for that loyalty. Because I do think Melina is really, really good in this game. That's the weird thing. Melina has been good in every game but 11. She was incredibly good in MK9. Sonic Fox showed up a little bit too late on the scene during MK9 to get as many wins with her as I think that they could have. But, I mean, Sonic Fox even won, like, their first tournament, and this is before they were traveling. They were like a 12-year-old playing Melina and cooking with Melina and MK9. And then MKX Melina is really, really strong. And then you've got MK11 Melina. Not so much. That one's pretty ass. But this version, I mean, she's one of the only characters that can still crank out 50%. She's got some really interesting ways she can interact with multiple cameos. You're not just seeing kind of one-dimensional play from her in the cameo department. She seems really, really good. And that's kind of despite the fact that they significantly nerfed her size. They both only go half screen now. And even despite that kind of setback, the character is still really, really devastating in the right situation. You're going to double Scorpion combo from Striker. Going to absolutely be enough for him to close that round out. Just caught Isaiah messing around with that cameo resummon in the ice armor. I like how Striker's just letting loose, too. He knows that Sento stance doesn't have any sort of significant threats from the range that he's currently at. So once you've got Sento out, okay, sure, you're in Sento stance. That means no fireball. I am blasting you. Yeah, because Sonic's older brother is a Dead or Alive player, right? Isn't that kind of the introduction, is that their older brother got them into fighting games, so they learned really, really early from somebody quite good, and then turned them into the prodigy that they are now. Because Sonic is just incredibly talented, and their ability to win it, it's not just Mortal Kombat now, right? Like, MK and NRS games is where maybe a big chunk of the fame, but like, they are obviously Skullgirls. They're literally in the game in Skullgirls. And then they're also the Goichi and Sonic Fox rivalry throughout Dragon Ball FighterZ is like also on another level. I don't even know who won that ultimately in the end. Like, who came out on top in that rivalry? It might have even been Sonic. I don't actually know. Maybe Goichi won, but to even be second place in another fighting game that takes like a, not completely different, but it's a whole different skill set to some extent. Like, it's huge. It's huge. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. What is Sento Sneaky Snake? We got a stalker on our hands? I didn't even know.
Remake, Kenshi, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, K Mansion.
My past crimes are catching up to me.
I think in the long run, Sonic is going to maintain that moniker. If Sonic can do another 10 years, then the kind of little bits of holdout that the current players that are in that discussion have is going to dissipate. Because you've got characters like Justin Wong, who has a real long history of victories. You've got Takedo as well, kind of similar story, and I think Daigo also. But the problem with Daigo and Takedo, and even to some extent Justin Wong, is that they are potentially on the second half, like the downward part of their arc, whereas Sonic is nowhere near that. I mean, Takedo is like in his 40s, I think. And I think Daigo is the same thing. Both of them they're in their early 40s or late 30s. Justin Wong is definitely not like competing as much. Takedo and Daigo are competing still. Justin Wong's moving into content creation still, but like Sonic is, I think, mid-20s and still just crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. So as long as they can maintain, and they won ECT, right? So like, they're maintaining it. They're gonna keep that top spot. And then when you look back at the thing in like a bigger span, when Sonic retires, they're gonna go down as number one. I think right now, again, like, there are players that have a little bit more accolades, but if Sonic gets to run for as long as they did, they will absolutely surpass them. Like, Takedo and Daigo's accolades, they're coming to an end, and Sonic's are kind of at the halfway mark. Lot of steam left in that engine from Sonic. I love a good underdog story, though, so I am consistently rooting against Sonic Fox. I love a good underdog story. It would be cool to see some new champions. But that doesn't mean that I can't acknowledge and respect that Sonic is indeed an incredibly talented individual. Easily the best in NRS, and, like you're saying, potential best across all the whole genre. Because they also do really well in Street Fighter. They don't win, but like their Fang was really good in Street Fighter V initially. Like their core fundamentals resonate across all the games. Alright, back to the match though. Big damage here. Isaiah just churning it out in this corner. Have I been... I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do about Sento. It feels like if Sento gets out, if you don't have the meter or the means of stopping it, things can really, really quickly get out of control for you. I don't know what to do. Striker taking a moment at character select here, going to be going over to Havoc. So interesting, the character that brought him the victory at CEO Taku. He defeated Punk, fighting game player extraordinaire, Street Fighter top player. And Havoc is the one that got it done. So we'll see if Havoc can make it happen here. He is playing a little bit of a change here, utilizing the Striker assist. I want to say previously it was the Sub-Zero assist, but we'll see how Striker works. He's going to snap his neck. Yes, he is. From downtown, Striker's going to get the party started with the umbilical cord. Oh, and you're under arrest. Nice little restand here. Plus frames off of that string, too. Striker's actually playing this really smart. Nice ice armor, though. Isaiah uses that to get in. The armor is going to come out, but, man, just... it's so slow that Isaiah had enough time to commit to all those hits and still block. Alright. Got him. Screen Sento's right there on top of him. And now you're stuck in the sandwich. And that's the crazy thing is, even though Striker hit him, because I assume Isaiah was just mashing Sento, or maybe not mashing, but like was just inputting Sento, as long as there was a frame that Sento was allowed to start swinging, he will finish swinging even if you hit Kenshi out of it. So all you need is literally one frame and you're good. It's happening. What's wild is, like, Striker's been going by Striker for so long. Striker has not been a playable character. Like, the mixing up of Striker the character and Striker the player has not been possible for so long. I'm pretty sure Striker played MK9, but I don't know how much he was, like, competing a bunch. And obviously the online era of MK9 was delay netcode, a total joke. But throughout MKX and stuff, like, I've been aware of Striker, but I've never had to worry about mentioning the wrong one. The armor will do it! Nicely done. I gotta say, though, if Isaiah had found a way to break that armor or even fatal blow him out of it, that was lights out. Like, that was a bit of a Hail Mary from Striker. With Sento there, breaking that armor with Sento feels like it actually could be a thing. Like, there's some possibilities of that happening. And definitely into the fatal blow there, which we've seen Isaiah tap into the fatal blow early in multiple situations where he's like, okay, it's fatal blow time. I gotta go for fatal blow. The grenades. He did it between the Serena assist, which was wild. Oh, he just totally sent Sento back to the Shadow Realm with that. Alright, overhead connects. Overhead connects again. Different overhead, but whatever. Whoa, that's his summon stance? Weird. No, he didn't get a conversion off of that? Interesting. And now the Sento sandwich starts. The low will connect. Taser deployed, though. Alright, gets the throw string. He now has Sento behind him, though. Ooh, manages to run away. And Sento has just now run out. So Sento is no longer a factor here. Isaiah does have, no, he doesn't have meter to resummon him either, so 20 seconds left. Striker actually doesn't need to overcommit here. What he needs to worry about, though, is a fatal blow. A random fatal blow conversion of any kind could be disastrous because it will freeze that timer up. And now with 5 seconds left, can he weather the storm? Won't need to. The spinny punches will close it out. Nicely done. Intriguing also, though, that Isaiah as soon as he got a bar back, he kind of recognized the way that he gets back into this fight is by resummoning Sento. If you can spend your meter on anything as a Kenshi player, I think spending it on resummoning Sento is the way to do it. So much so that there is possibility, and I think I've seen some people suggesting it, that people want resummoning Sento to cost 2 bars. Like 2 bars for resummoning Sento. I'm not even opposed. I don't really know. What is he currently spend 2 bars? I think every character should have a 2-bar move. I like that a lot of characters do. Havoc has one, Melina has one, Reiko has one. I think it's cool when characters do have like a big expensive move. Sub-Zero's got one even though it's currently bugged and doesn't work. But I don't know what Kenshi's would be. I think you can only back throw with the sword out. Your forward throw, you get a shove. But I'm not 100% sure. I believe they changed it to you get the shove now. You no longer get your forward cameo throw during Sento. So you just get the shove. Dude, what a fucking cheater. Striker umbilical cords him and then throws their grenade. So it's like, if you wake up with armor, I don't care. And now I'm too far away from you, so I'm definitely snapping your neck. I don't even know how you would deal with that. You have to armor from full screen for no reason? Because then you're not hitting anything. Alright, Striker swings with the low. It will trade. Here we go. Sento time! Isaiah not down yet. Striker, now he is working with Havoc armor, so if he finds a means... Yep, there it'll do it. The Havoc armor has enough hits, it's very difficult to break. I don't know if Isaiah was swinging to try to break through the armor, but he amplified it, so I think he ends up getting 5 hits. It would have taken quite a bit. Dude, this Halloween stage is so good. I mean, look at all the decorations. Just like the spider webs, the ghosts were just dancing, hanging from the ceiling. You got the Roomba with Aaron Black driving around. The Sub-Zero statue in the background. Alright, Striker. Saves Striker. Oh, big whiff, but Sento's there. You can whiff all you want. Man, that's the crazy part, too. I really felt like Striker thought he had a chance there when that whiffed. And nope, it was just a sort of a cheeky little reset that you just... Dude, he just fucking catapulted the drink cart into the pool. That was hilarious. Fuck your drinks. That was great. It's unfortunate that that stuff is all client side. Like how that happened on their screens might be completely different. But on our screen, he just force pushed that fucking drink cart straight into the pool. Right, Striker making his way in. He does have full assist as well as Sento just ran out. Got him out of the air, not able to fully commit though, or confirm there. Escape is good. Striker grenades are also available, so this meaty setup afterward. Oh, he's gonna get real meaty with it under arrest. The cop bop comes out as well. Dude, he's just letting it rip. Is he dead? He's got breaker. He will get out with the breaker. But, I mean, how much can you really do? You don't have any meter anymore. Sento wasn't out at the time, so Striker is gonna tie things up successfully here. Nicely done. Alright, game 5 yet again. Still on the Halloween stage? Yes, please. Oh, wait, no. We'll find out. We're gonna go back to character select. I hope that we get more stages in the future, too. The stages in this game are gorgeous. And now that stages don't have interactables on them, they're... like, the level of appreciation you can have for a stage can be based strictly in its visual aspects. There's no such thing as, man, this stage looks cool, but it's got this really annoying interactable on it that I don't like fighting with. Or this stage looks like shit, but it's got this good interactable, so I guess I'll deal with its ugliness because, you know, I've got this cheap thing that I can lean on. I really love that the stages can just be judged exclusively on their artistic value and their aesthetic value, and all of them look fucking insane. Like, for all the complaints that MK11 even got, visually, that game looked beautiful and the stages were no exception. And this is another story. Like, this game has some problems with quality of life and polish and content to some extent, but the stages and the detail on them, those are not a complaint at all. They are definitely positives for this game. They look incredible. Oh, he got him opened up. Striker's in some trouble now with the Sento offense. The low eventually finds its mark. Big drop, though, from Isaiah. But, I mean, dude, he's still got all of this Sento time left. When are you... Bro. Sento turns faster than fucking Kenshi? I mean, I guess Sento was closer to him, maybe, so Sento turned around first, but holy shit. I mean, like, Kenshi was clearly looking the wrong way, and Sento still was like, nah, bro, I got you. Slash, slash. Yeah, that's how it goes. It's play perfect or die. What a wild character design. Perfect or die. So that means Striker will be going home third place. Massive stack of points for Striker here, though. And I believe that after that, I'll have to do the math, but there's a distinct possibility that Striker could be catapulting himself into third place on the point standings. It's possible that Dark Elite is above him, and then he'll be fourth place. But Striker has now nestled himself into presently being in those top 7 to make it into the finale. So very nicely done by him. And let's go ahead and pop this final name into our grand finals. Of course, no stranger to the grand finals, and also no stranger to having an L next to their name during it. I mean, Isaiah has been in the grand finals, I think, at this point now, 4 out of the 5 weeks, and he's won it 3 out of the 4 times. But he's been in the loser side of it every single one of them. But we'll get our invites out here and get this show on the road for our final set of the evening here. Isaiah versus Hella. Now this is going to be a run back for our opening set of the evening. The very first set we had, and the only 3-0 that we had, which was Isaiah versus Hella at the start of the night. And now they're going to be facing off once again in our grand finals, so completing this, the sequence. And it'll be interesting to see if it kind of goes down the same way. I'm going to bet right now that it won't, because it typically doesn't. Isaiah seemingly loses early on in the winner's side of things, and then immediately while in that lower bracket just seems to power up and comes out with a vengeance. That's been the story the last few weeks. We'll see how it breaks down this time. Now, last week, Hella and Isaiah did not bump into one another. Hella won last week, and Isaiah was unfortunately unable to continue through the bracket, but that was mostly due to their internet having some problems. So really, it was just Comcast or whatever ISP that got in Isaiah's way. So now we'll see if Hella can maintain that, or if Isaiah is going to fulfill the prophecy yet again and bring it home. This will be their first time meeting up in a grand finals, and I'm genuinely excited to see who takes this one. It really is hard to predict. I mean, I think that early matchup between them would lend it over to Larry's going to take this, but the number of times that I've seen Isaiah turn it around, reset a grand finals, too many for me to count Isaiah out at all. So this is going to be a real exciting set. So just waiting on Larry to join us now. send him another invite, but I have a feeling if the first one didn't come through, that we might have to make a new lobby. No big deal, though. Yep, I can figure out what I'm doing.
Get over here!
Try it again. Oh shit, did I do it right? I can't tell. I don't know if I did it right. Okay, I got it right. Dun, dun, dun. All right, invites are out. So I have a couple other attorney responsibilities to finish up after. Perfect, perfect. All right, they are here, and we can go ahead and get this action started. Our grand finals. Isaiah versus Hello Larry. Isaiah, our current points leader, making the switch over to Kenshi here and still making it happen. However, are we going to potentially see the return of Natara? The one thing about Hello Larry and Isaiah having not met in previous weeks means that Hello Larry hasn't had a taste of this Natara. Could that be the answer that Isaiah needs? He's not going to tap into it just yet, but there's a real distinct possibility that if Hello Larry starts to pull away, that maybe we'll call upon Natara to close it out. I mean, those 720 points that Isaiah has at the top are from Natara. Kenshi didn't get any of those. Although Kenshi's gotten a lot of the points he's bringing home tonight, which is a guaranteed 200. And if you can win, it'll be up to 250. Great big opening here for Larry. Beautiful start here. The Kung Lao hat meaty to follow as well. I like that Hello Larry is just totally willing to sacrifice damage for that as well. He does not feel the need to overcommit to that. Much more willing to try to get the setup afterward. Speaking of, though, Isaiah now getting a little bit of a setup of his own. He's got our sandwich now. You're stuck between the Spirit and the Blind Man. Uh-oh. Little poke war going on here. Ooh, just out of range, but the sword was there and ready. Spends his meter to re-summon Sento. He knows that's what he'll need to finish this off. And that will do it. Nicely done. Isaiah takes round one.
Round 2, fight.
Combo here from Larry. Again, stopping the damage just shy of 40% for a setup. Ooh, he caught him with the tail end of the string.
Alright, nice little breaker here. Larry spending those resources to stay in this. Nice patience on the defense. What the fuck just happened? That's not how that works. Did he? What? Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back and look. But that looks like to me that Sento ate the hit on the low hat, which that's not how that works, right? Teleport launcher here. Larry getting the party started. Another low hat setup. Good blocks though from Isaiah. I think on that particular setup, Larry actually timed it in such a way that made them both mids. And this is going to be a punish. Fatal Blow is available. He'll go right into it. Early damage. Now, I don't think for a second here that Isaiah is going to get the win off of this alone, but he is going to be steps away from it. A potential throw will do the job if Larry gets caught by almost anything. Of course, a ball roll from Larry into Fatal Blow will also seal the deal here. With that Fatal Blow now on deck, he does not need much. Oh no, that's it! He got caught, the low hat, and it lets you convert. The tool is fair and balanced. 4-second recharge, this is not a problem at all. What a crazy play from Larry, just barely clutching it out. Arona, you trying to be on stream? We can make it happen. You just gotta secure an Xbox and we'll get you. We'll get you in there, promise.
Kenshi, Luna, Frost, Kung Lao, the Pyramid.
Don't be vexed. I won't bite.
Let's keep our teeth to ourselves, shall we?
Excellent start here for Larry in this grand final, securing game 1. It was a close game 1, though, to be honest. Like, that was a really tight set of game, but I think establishing that early, especially on the winner side of things, you are now 2 games away, and Isaiah is going to have to really tighten things up if he wants this. That being said, Isaiah doesn't need this. Like, Isaiah's in a comfortable position, so... After this, we got Enzo versus Arona for the grand finals. 1,500 points up for grabs between those two, which is a wild number, but we go crazy here on the Nightmare series. I make the rules. Ooh, Ice Orb. Frost just doing a little Secret Service work there. Good patience from Larry, just kind of letting Isaiah empty jump that in. Also not committing to an up block either. Overhead connects. Plus frames. Dude, he's going to chip him out. Nicely done. Larry expertly navigating that final bit of life bar. Had the +2 off of the low hat and knew I don't have to go for anything too committal. I'm just going to go for a quick little poke here and then just keep going afterward. Little up block there. Oh, he got opened up though. Sento is gone, however, so Isaiah will instead opt to re-summon his spirit ancestor. And now the pressure continues. Ooh, good defense! Yo, he was ready to knock her out of the teleport? I wasn't ready. Alright, let's rip. Larry doesn't have a lot of health left to work with here. We've seen Larry turn it around despite these kind of situations before. One last chance. The low hat backs away. Do backdashes have any amount of invulnerability in this game? Maybe I need to try backdashing more as Reiko off of my plus frames. Alright. Tied up game number 2 here. Another Secret Service spot there for Frost. Get the quick opening with that lunging overhead, and now Sento's behind you. The Sento sandwich. Ooh, nice little poke on Sento. Just summons him right back. Well, Larry was ready for that, so that is going to cost you. Not only did you summon him back point blank, but you lost half the timer for it. It cost meter to do it. I'm curious if Isaiah is going to be second-guessing that kind of approach in the future of kind of going for the Sento resummon. But, I mean, like, the Sento resummon is maybe even worth the risk, because if you get away with it, you win the game almost. Like, that's how crazy Sento is. Yo! The Psy was just barely not far enough. But the teleport coverage from Lao, why is that armored like that? I'll be honest. I don't struggle with that move. And I'm curious how.
Is it because I play Reiko and I'm swinging with 2-1 or 1-2, so it's hitting twice and it breaks the armor, and Kenshi just doesn't have a rapid enough string, which may well have been the problem that Striker ran into as well, is that if that ball roll safety was coming, I think he was playing Shao Kahn one of those times, Shao Kahn just doesn't have a rapid fire 2-hit string to break through that armor, and then he just ends up being committal to the other side.
Nitara. Kung Lao.
Because when I play Reiko, I've seen players try to do that, not just Melina. I've seen players try to loud teleport out like that, and as a Reiko player, I kind of break through that armor, but I think it's because I'm using my jabs, and my jabs kind of hit rather rapid, but that is not something that every character has access to. Here we see Isaiah making the switch over to Nitara, though, so the character that earned all those points in the first place is now coming out to try to save this one. Yeah, I don't doubt at all that they've been here the whole time. I think they've been here the whole time. That makes sense to me. They've all been in a voice chat talking while they're playing too. There's multiple. The squad support. Best believe. Ooh, nice armor to get through. And gets the mix. Successful guess. Or unsuccessful guess, depending on perspective. Low hat. Is that going to hit Melina? Wow, she avoided that? That is impressive. I don't even know if that was on purpose, but it works out. We take those. Larry running out of health here, but might not need to. I mean, just a few more hits, a crazy ball roll. That might be all that it takes. Speaking of, though, good flawless block. Ooh, avoids the ball roll with the flight. Expertly done by Isaiah.
Round 2, fight.
Alright, wow. The low hat, I don't even know whose low hat that was. Okay. The way in. Good defense from Isaiah. Finds the opening here. Okay. Takes a quick little bite. Gonna go up for seconds. Absolutely. 475 damage here. And Larry in familiar, scary territory. The chip out almost there, but had the meter to save it. But the instant dive kick from Isaiah is gonna close it out. Larry had more meter, though. If Larry would have blocked that dive kick is punishable. It cost him a bar to do it, so he wouldn't have been able to go for, like, the max damage amplified psi thing, because he wouldn't have had the 2 bars for that. But there is a possibility and a route where Larry could potentially start to turn that one around. Not going to happen, though, as he might have been a little bit too antsy trying to get something started, and the dive kick did connect. But that was a risk that Isaiah took, and it paid off. Don't always. You gotta be careful.
Don't tell me what Paternus is plotting.
I won't divulge what we do in the shadows.
This is going to be game number 4. Isaiah, of course, locked in here on Nitara, not really able to make any switches until the reset. Now, after the Grand Finals reset, this is a rule that some people don't know. You are allowed to switch characters even if you win on the Grand Finals reset. You basically treat it as another set. It's a set that's happening right after, but nonetheless, it is another set, and at the start of another set, you can change characters. You can pick whatever character you want at the start of the set. That's why the scores get reset back to 0. So, we'll possibly see Isaiah go back to Kenshi to kind of run around and see if he can get some more experience in before Nitara comes to save the day. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as well. Frequently, though, people just run the same character that they're using. Alright, overhead. Oh, wow, nice avoidance, but still gets caught by the anti-air from Hella Larry, and that means tournament point here for Larry.
Round 2, fight.
He wants those 500 points. He wants to get the 500. Alright, low hat coming out. Nice avoidance here. Larry just kind of hopping back over and over again and manages to get the timing during the process. Beautiful throw read, though, by Isaiah. Gonna do some significant damage with this one. Gonna breach 40%, just barely. Oh, never mind. He spent some meter on it. 46. And just non-stop flight cancels in your face. Larry flinches, gets opened up. 35%. And he just keeps it shredding. That is a lot of meter gain, though, for Larry as we move into the final round. So Larry's sitting on quite a lot of resources to work with. We'll see if he can put those to good use. At bare minimum, going to be able to break out of something if needed. Oh, no! Spent the meter, but drops the combo. A rare drop from Larry. But will it end up costing him here? The overhead low mix-up catches him, getting him with the dirt. Ooh, and the air size connect. The low hat. Out. Okay, gets the ball roll to whiff, but no punish on the way down. Bus frames, and that will do it. The chip out from Hella Larry is going to take it. No reset this time. I want to say, even when Isaiah lost to Quizzy, I think they reset the bracket even. So that's the first time Isaiah has not managed to reset the bracket. But it is going to be Hella Larry winning back-to-back weeks as well. Expertly done. Very, very nice. Strong player here in Hella Larry. Let's head back to our bracket one final time here. Pop our scores in for that one. So that will be Larry taking it, which means Larry is going to be our champion for the entire event as well this week. Congratulations to him. That is going to be wonderful for his current standings in the points, which will be updated tomorrow. I'm going to try to have those updated and put into the Discord for you guys tomorrow. I got a lot of math to do for that one, but I can do the quick maths and tell you that that is going to put Hella Larry up to 500 points, which is likely going to be, actually is guaranteed to be second place. So he is now hopped up into second place. There's no way anybody else, especially with Hunter not having earned any points this week, is going to be able to get more points than him on that. Even the people that he was tied with, because there were 4 of them at the same number of points as him. They obviously can't get more points than him this week because he got the most points. And I put his name as Hella Points. What am I doing? Oh, man. Again, I probably could have gotten away with it if I didn't say anything. But whoops. Talking about the points, that's what happened there. But congratulations to him. I mean, that is a lot of points going his way. That is huge. Second place, 500 points. Essentially, I don't want to do... Zombie's not here. Zombie used to be the one that would do all the math. But there's a distinct possibility that that is going to guarantee that you make it in. There might be like a slight caveat that you're going to have to play again and get like another 10, 20 points or something to make sure that you don't get bumped out by somebody sneaking through. But a second place right there is going to be huge. So at bare minimum, one more top 8 finish, even if it's 7th. Even if it's 9th, if you just get outside of top 8, I think is going to make sure that you're in. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes down. And we saw Koizy in the chat earlier, and I did let Koizy know that they're going to have to play again in order to make sure they're in there. So if Hella Larry keeps on playing, there could be a Koizy versus Hella Larry encounter coming up in the future. And of course, even if Hella Larry manages to avoid Koizy by ducking out and saying, I got the points I need, I don't need to play anymore, and Koizy qualifies, they could meet in the finale. So that is where the big clash is going to go down. Really excited to see who ends up qualifying for that. Also, though, with points, Striker getting a big chunk his way, too. So that's going to be really nice for him. Hopefully he can make it into the finale. Demoralized was also in start contention and Dark Elite. So a lot of important players that needed points getting points. So that's going to be really exciting to see who actually ends up making it. Because, I mean, like I said, there are... Before the points are distributed, there were 4 players tied in 3rd or 4th place or something like that. So, like, there was neck and neck, and it was going to kind of be very important for players to secure points to pull away from those players that they were tied up with. So, 4 players tied in 3rd place is a lot. But that is going to do it for us tonight here in the Nightmare Series. We're going to call it there. 3.5 hours is a pretty good run. We actually had all of our players, a lot of game 5s as well here tonight, which is really exciting. But that does it for us. We are going to be back again on Thursday for the Nightmare Series, week number 6. Keep in mind, Omni-Man comes out that day. Omni-Man will be banned for the tournament. He's not going to be allowed in the tournament just because he's too early for him to come out and players to figure out what's going on with him. So we are going to be banning him for the first week of the tournament that he's available, but he will likely be eligible for play for the week following that. So next week when things get started, unfortunately there will be no Omni-Man, but we'll be letting him rock the following week after that, which will be a lot of fun, because Omni-Man looks pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Omni-Man coming out and all sorts of stuff coming out. We got the season ending, so new season coming on. A lot of cool stuff right around the corner here from Mortal Kombat. So hopefully it's going to be some fun stuff and exciting stuff and good content for us to kind of dive into. I'll be doing that on the personal streams, which will hopefully be returning Monday. So I will see you guys then. You guys all have a great night, and like I said, see you guys Monday. Later, everybody.